The views expressed on Talk Real Solutions, hosted by Tyrone Thompson at talkrealsolutions.com, are the views of Tyrone Thompson and do not reflect the views of talkrealsolutions.com, YouTube, or etc. The content here belongs to Talk Real Solutions and its many contributors. Views and opinions expressed by all contributors belong to them and not talkrealsolutions.com or Tyrone Thompson, the host, or etc. All data and information provided on the site is for informational purposes only. Talk Real Solutions makes no representations as to accuracy, completeness, correctness, suitability, or validity of any information on this site and will not be liable for any errors, omissions, or delays in this information or any losses, injuries, or damages arising from its display or use. All information is provided on an as-is basis.
All right. Welcome to the show. This is Talk Real Solutions, and I am your host tonight, Tyrone Thompson. I want to thank you for tuning in. Today is, what is today? November the 13th, 2025. And I want to invite you to go to the website. Not the website, but the YouTube channel. I left my website a long time ago. The YouTube channel, if you want to listen to the show, or you can call into the number at 717-908-1834, and I'll get you on the line and you can join the conversation and we can just take it from there. I would ask, and I've got to do some testing here because I don't know. I had to get a new microphone, so I don't know if this microphone is doing okay. Seems like it is, though, because I see the little wiggly things going. Oh, here we go. I got to check it on my other computer to see if my... Okay. I hear an echo. What the fuck? Okay, so how am I going to fix this? See, I'm not a genius. Let me see. Properties. What if I click on this? Test. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, y'all. So I'll try to figure it out as I go along. I thought I hooked everything up correctly. Default microphone. Let me see if I change this. Test. This. Test. Well, I guess that's what's it's gonna be, y'all. Is I'm going. What's up, East Coast? Do you hear echo? Do you hear me echoing? Cause I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I thought I could just plug it in and play. Maybe I need to mute something. What I need to mute? What if? Well, clearly I can't mute that. What if I mute this? Test. Yeah, still getting the feedback. Let me turn this down. Back in and stuff. What if I turn all of this down? Test. What the fuck? Okay, so hold on for a second. Let me do. If I turn this down, can y'all still hear me? Yeah, you can hear me. I still got an echo though. Damn it, hold on for a minute. Let's see here. I know I should have had my shit together. All right. So, test, test, test. Okay, so seems like that's coming through, but I don't know why it's so damn. Say this is not right. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So hold on for a second. Monitor off. Do output. Test, test, test. Yeah, it still sucks. Test, test, test. Oh, that's a little better. But why am my volume so low though? I don't know. Y'all hold on for a second. Damn. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Test, test. Test, test. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Test, test. Test, test. What if I mute this? Test. Test. Okay. Well, look, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. There we go. Oh, okay. Okay, what the fuck? I shouldn't be echoing now. I just called in on my phone. I don't know what the hell going on. Let me mute this line.
Muted.
Test, test. That's better. Y'all gonna have to deal with that. Anyway, welcome to the damn show. I'm sorry. I apologize if the show sounds crazy. It's Donald Trump's fault. I don't know why they attacking my land tonight, but it's the Trump administration fault. But that's what it is. It is what it is. And I'll try to figure this out for next week. But I know you can hear me on the show. Turn my volume up. They said turn my volume up. Is that better there? I just turned it up. I'm turning up. Volume is too low. Volume is too low. I just turned it up. The fuck? Okay, so y'all just gonna have to deal with echo because I don't know what the hell going on with this thing. But anyway, welcome to the show. I don't even know what the hell I was gonna talk about tonight. The Trump administration is going crazy. Y'all heard all the crazy stuff that's going on with these text messages getting released. The government shutdown is over with. No thanks to the Democrats. I don't know what this is why politics sucks for black people in this country. Because when the government was shut down, I think people knew why the government was shut down. And it was for a bigger purpose than food stamps. And you heard some people complaining, but you didn't hear a lot of people. You didn't have a whole lot of uproar about the food stamps because they knew if the Republicans got what they wanted, they wouldn't be able to afford health care, which is a stupid ass choice in this goddamn country in 2025 anyway. In my opinion, we shouldn't be having this conversation. But we're here. So I don't think you had a big opposition to people from people that knew the government was shut down. You know, it sucked. It really sucked. It affected me personally. I know people that's in a predicament that they actually need that stuff, you know. But you didn't hear no big old revolt from people and saying open the government and all this kind of stuff because they knew what it meant. And what it means now is that people are not going to be able to go to the doctor and take care of their children or take care of their parents when they get sick. So thanks to the weak ass Democrats, this is why I don't wholeheartedly, with my full chest, support the Democrat Party. There's no way I can as a black man in this country. I cannot wholeheartedly support the Democrats. But I do know that we're in a political system to, if you want change to happen, you got to choose a side. You can't afford to sit on the sideline and do nothing. So it puts you in a predicament of choosing the lesser of two evils. And for me, as a black man in this country, the lesser of two evils is the Democrat Party. That's hold on. Yeah, the lesser of two evils is the Democrat Party. And that's why I have to go to the polls and hold my nose and vote Democrat.
knowing knowing that when it's all said and done, the Democrats ain't the powerful Democrats ain't there for the people. They're there for the corporations. They're there for the money. A lot of them are racist. So we're black people in this country in a political system that we have no other choice but to participate in. And then it just hurts. It just not hurts me, but it kind of makes me feel a certain type of way when I hear black people complaining about the politics, because the people that are complaining, you just running your mouth and you're not doing anything. You're not taking a stance. You're not stepping up. You're not even speaking out about why your opposition to the politics is. You're using some old tropes about the Democrats being on a plantation and all this kind of stuff instead of going through the policies and explaining your position. It's always these talking points. So anyway, Chuck Schumer should get fired. He should not be the Democrat leader. And the other 8 Democrats that voted along with him, John Fetterman. I remember when Fetterman was going up against Dr. Oz, and he had a whole lot of people behind him for the Democrats. And this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about when it comes to Democrats. Because when Fetterman from Pennsylvania was running, he seemed like he had all the all the right stuff for the working man, trying to do right, trying to fight against the system, and all this kind of bullshit. That's what from the outside looking in, and everybody was supporting Fetterman, and everybody was supporting Fetterman, and they got him in office. And then whenever he got in there, he did just like every other white American, white male. He jumped on the side of the corporations. See, and I just glimpsed at the chat room, and he said Tyrone wants to keep everybody on Snap. Listen, you stupid ass. How can I say it? I mean, it's so rudimentary. I don't even know how to explain it. The Constitution allows for this country to take care of its citizens. Now, I know that you don't understand that, but I had a conversation with Sarge a while back. All right, so it looked like it's in the preamble in Article 1 in Section 8 of the Constitution. So I'm just going to do this for ABC because you're a stupid ass. It's on the screen. You just general welfare in the Constitution. It says general welfare phrase in the U.S. Constitution is the preamble of Article 1, Section 8, which grants Congress the power to tax and spend for the nation's common defense and general welfare. Now, general welfare went on to be interpreted as a whole lot of things, and I'm not going to get into that. But what our government discovered is that the economics in this country don't allow for people to make a living wage, which means that they can't afford the basic necessities. And in those circumstances, the general welfare of society is the responsibility of the government. In other words, you can't have a government or a country to where the government is running fine and you got hungry, starving people in the country, right? And after, I think it was the Great Recession, that's when a whole lot of this stuff kicked in. And then I think it was the Harry Truman. Jesus Christ, this motherfucker making me. go back. Or was it Johnson? See, I got to go back. Okay, so here we go right here. It was the New Deal, you stupid fucker. Okay, the New Deal was a series of federal programs and public works projects to financially reform and enact President Franklin D. Roosevelt's between 1933 and 1939 to combat the Great Depression. Its goal included immediate economic relief, creating jobs through public works, stimulating the economy and recovery, and implementing long-term reforms to prevent the future of public crisis. So it's the government responsibility to prevent a crisis like hunger and people in medical need and people dying in the emergency rooms. You're not supposed to have a country where that's even a fucking thing, right? So what welfare did and all these subsidies, they allowed children and families to eat and actually go to the doctor, get the needed shots and vaccines, so we could at least function as a society, because you need the lowest person in the society to actually contribute. Even though you guys don't look at it as a contribution, the people that are on welfare now actually has to work and pay taxes. That is a fact. I don't know if it's 2/3 or a third, but one of those numbers of the people on welfare presently actually pay into the system. They actually work. They actually have jobs. The deal is they don't make enough money to survive in this country, because the only thing they have money to do probably is pay their rent barely and pay their light bill, and they don't have enough money for food. So it's the government responsibility to feed people. I don't know how you missing that. I told you guys a while back when I was coming up, we was on welfare. My mother got food stamps. There was 5 of us, and my daddy hauled ass, so he wasn't there. So she had 5 kids to take care of, and the government stepped in. They gave us food stamps, and she bought food every month and all this kind of stuff. And then whenever we got of age, we got our own jobs. She didn't need to be on welfare no more, and she even went out and got a job. And that's what the program, in my eyes, is for. Is to help people along. They're not a whole bunch of leeches on the damn system that ain't doing nothing. It's because you're in a predicament to where you can't afford. Either you're gonna leave your damn baby in the house, you're gonna go to jail if you do that, or you're gonna neglect some type of care, but you're gonna get in trouble for doing that. We heard the stories of parents leaving their children in the car just to go do application. They got in trouble and went to jail for that shit. So the government realized that they don't want parents doing that, and that's part of the reason. It's not the complete reason why people get public assistance, but it's part of the reason. And then, like I said, when people get on their feet and they don't need it anymore, when the kids get grown, and you don't need it no more, hell, you don't qualify for it. For one, you can't. If you are a working age and you don't have children, you don't qualify for it. You just don't. If you have the ability to go out and get a job, and you walk into that welfare office asking for assistance, they're going to turn you around. There's got to be certain conditions that is met before you even qualify for it. In other words, it's conditions of poverty. Basically, I don't know the application process, but that's the standard. If you're living in poverty in America, then you qualify for it. And there are certain conditions of poverty, that you can tell that people, if they can't afford to take their children to the doctor, if they don't have cars, if they're not able to heat their children or feed their children, then that's a condition of poverty. If you make below a certain income in this country, that's a condition of poverty. And the government recognizes there is a poverty level in this country. Poverty level in the U.S. I don't know why the fuck do I have to explain this shit to grown ass people? Okay, so here is an example of what the poverty line is. Hold on. And you know me, I'm just Googling and AI and stuff, and this is stuff that other people could just Google and AI if they wanted to, but they clearly don't. So, and me looking up this stuff, I think it helps people understand, not from a partisan perspective, but from what actually needs to happen in this country. All right, so what I put down, what is the poverty level in the United States? And I guess this is the most recent data that it has. It says in 2023, the official poverty level in the United States was 11%, which is 36.8 million people. 11% of the population is 37 million people living in poverty. However, a different measure, the supplemental poverty measurement shows a higher rate of 12.9 for the same year, which is more inclusive as it accounts for taxes, non-cash benefits, and work-related expenses. So this is the poverty level in 2023. And then let's see what the federal poverty guidelines are. The federal poverty guidelines are different from poverty rates and are used to determine the eligibility for various programs. They are updated annually. For example, in 2024, the guideline for a family of 4 in the contiguous states is $30,000. In 2024, the poverty guideline for a family of 1 in the contiguous states was $15,000. Now listen, ABC. You're talking about a family of 4 is $30,000, and a family of 3 is $15,000, right? So if you I'm gonna try to do some math for you on the screen here. I pulled up my calculator, and there's the numbers there. So if you make, let's look at the family of 4 since y'all like talking about families. If you make 30, oh Lord, where's my calculator at? If you make $30,000 a year, y'all can help me with my math. If you make $30,000 a year and you divide that by 12, you're making $2,500 a month. And if you divide $2,500 by 4, because there's 4 weeks in a year, you're making $625 a week. And if you divide $625 by 8, because there's 8 hours in a workday. Oh, I did that wrong. Hold on, let me start all over again. Oh yeah, that's right. It's $78 a day. That's how much you're making. So hold on, and I'll do the hour. Let me start over again because I screwed that up. So we got 30,000 divided by 12 equals $2,500 a month divided by 4 equals $625 a week. Divided by 5 because people were 5 days a week equals $125 a day divided by 8 equals $15 an hour. That's right? How did I get 70? Okay, but I think I did 7 days instead of 5 days. So that's $15 an hour. And that is way, that's not enough money to make it. You created a whole argument. I got to create an argument. I got shit else to talk about. And you the one talking about saying I want people to be on Snap. It's not that I want people to be on Snap. It's that Snap is necessary. That's all I'm saying. I said all of that to say that. Is that SNAP is necessary to feed people in this country because they don't make enough money. So that's the bottom line. And then when you look at the minimum wage gap in South Carolina, and I just gave you $15 an hour in order for you to make $30,000 a year, right? And that'll be right at the poverty level of $30,000 for a family of 4, right? So if you look at South Carolina and you look at the minimum wage, you can see that in South Carolina, that's $7.25 an hour. So let's see if South Carolina, if you're making $7.25, is actually above the poverty level. So here we go again. We just do things in reverse. $7.25 times 8 hours a day. That's $52 a day times 5 days a week times 5. That's $262 a week times 4 weeks. That's a month. You're making $1,051 a month in South Carolina. And then you times that times 12. Is that right? No, I did it wrong. Hold on, let me start all over again. 725 times 8 equals y'all ain't looking at my calculator. Let me give you my calculator. 725 times 8 equals $58 a day. And you're going to work 5 days a week times 5. $290 a week. So you're going to work 4 weeks in a month times 4. That's $1,100 a month times 12. That's $13,000 a month in South Carolina. So now, if you look right here, they're telling you, the government is telling you that the poverty level for a family of 4 is $30,000. If you had 2 people in the house working for $7.25 an hour, you would only make $26,000 a year. That is still way below the poverty level that's required by the government for a family of 4. This is why the SNAP benefits are needed, because they're not paying enough money to the people in this country to fucking live. People are living in poverty in this country. And I just gave you some numbers. It's over 40 million, 42 million people in 2023 on this supplementary poverty measure. That's 42 million people that's living below the poverty rate, and the official poverty rate is 11%. That's 36 million people. That's still a lot of people that is below that $30,000. So whenever you say, I want people to have SNAP, because I have to break it down to you because you say stupid shit like that out your mouth and not even think about what the fuck you're saying. When you say, I want people to have SNAP, that's true. I do want people to have SNAP, but that's not the only reason that I point out that SNAP is a necessity. It's necessary for people to have SNAP in America in 2025 because the corporations are taking all the money. They're not paying their employees. These companies do not pay a living wage. When you look at jobs like waitresses and these jobs that require tips, that's telling on itself. But we as a society, we have accepted these tipping wages and all this kind of stuff. And people are not making it. They're just not. And then the politicians are so good at propaganda, they've got people thinking that SNAP is a terrible thing. The politicians got people thinking that somehow or another people are begging for assistance. Now, of course, what people do is they look at the people that abuse the system or brag about the system or do something wrong with the system, and they say that that's the face of the system. That's the same argument that is made against the black community. Whenever you look at a criminal or somebody committing a crime that has black skin, the next thing you know, you paint the entire community as this criminal. Whenever you look at the red pill black man hate online, and they paint the woman, the black woman, as this lady that's angry and got an attitude, and the angry black woman, y'all painting every fucking black woman that you see or hear with a broad brush. So you got it programmed in your mind, because society has programmed you to think this way, that whenever you're looking at somebody on Snap, those have got to be the people that are abusing the system, which is bullshit. If you just look, you got military members on Snap. Are those people leeching off of the system? No, the government gives them that money because they are clearly making below $30,000 a year and they qualify for it. That's the only reason that they would qualify for it. It's not like they're leeching off of the goddamn system. If you got, I don't even know, I think you can be an E1 or E2 in the military. That's a private and a private second class. Y'all might be, if you got a certain size family, you may qualify for government assistance. So, and the government gives it to you, no problem, because that's what the hell the government's supposed to do. Now, my point is that I'm glad that the government is temporarily open so people can get their benefits, but at the same time, the Democrats caved, and they once again showed how weak they are, coming off an election win, like they did all across the nation with when they elected Mondami and the Virginia mayor and others, and the Republicans didn't win one goddamn race. And what that was a message to this country that everybody is tired of this bullshit. Everybody is tired of this right-wing extremism. Everybody is tired of the corporations and the rich people just taking from the people that don't have. And the sad thing is these people don't realize when they're getting used and abused. Just like this idiot in the chat room. This idiot in the chat room don't realize that he is getting fucked. He is getting screwed by the country, because the country that he went to the military and fought for is now turning tyrannical, and Donald Trump is exploiting the resources, the tax money, our military, and turning this country legitimately into a pedophile-led country. And this idiot in the chat room supports it. I know you guys heard all the news about Donald Trump and all of these letters. Oh, I'm sorry. Listen, I'm gonna take this call because Sister Nobody called me this evening, the other day, and said that I think it was Sister Antoinette's daughter wanted to come on here and share some information with us. I'm sorry I got carried away, so I'm gonna open the line and see if this is her. Hello.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, could be a whole lot better, but
Yeah, she did. Sister, nobody didn't tell me exactly what was going on, but she said that you wanted to call in and let people know what was going on with Miss Antoinette.
um, she officially passed tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh my goodness. Oh man. So I am sorry to hear that, and I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. Um, the main thing is my mom did want, everybody on here to know what was going on, and when that time did come in for me to call in and let you guys know everything that's going on, um, and if anybody can help towards anything for her burial, to reach out to me and let me know. Um,
Okay, so are you on Facebook, or you have a way on social media that, or is there a GoFundMe up or something?
we don't have a GoFundMe up yet. I am on Facebook, um, under Jey and then Poindexter Poindexter.
Now, do you have a cash app?
I do. It's J Poindexter 30, with the cash tag in the front.
Say that
Oh, yeah.
again.
Oh, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes. Miss J. She said, say it again.
Which part?
Your cash app. Give us a
Um,
cash app that is connected to your family.
that would be J Poindexter 30, and it's spelled out J. Let me double check. Yes, spelled out Jey Poindexter 30.
J. Poindexter 30.
Yeah,
And your Facebook is J. Poindexter, period, right? Like,
that's right.
okay. And once again, shoot, that just hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm really sorry for your loss.
Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be a very difficult transition for us, because she was our whole lives.
All right. And Brother Joshua, your line is open.
Yeah. Hi, sis. You might. Me and you talked before as well, sis. This was a while ago when you and I talked. Um, I, I'm in Wilmington, so I'm near your mom. I'm from Wilmington, so me and her used to talk all the time on the phone.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
yeah, and so yeah, yeah. Your mom was a incredible lady. She had a lot of critical thinking. She critically thought things out. She uh, was very, she was intelligent. She was a humble, she was a real woman. She was a real soldier in the fight, for her people to be, to get justice, some type of freedom. She, her mind was there. That was one of her focuses. And
That it
and
definitely was. I can't tell you how many books right now, but there is at least 3 bookshelves filled here just with like everything she did for the research for you guys,
Mm-hmm.
stuff that she read, just for fun, just to keep her mind intrigued by like different things that's going on around the world. And it's
right.
always been like that. There's the one book in there from when Hillary ran for office, and she wrote a book about it.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. She was yeah. So it's a great loss. Um, it's part of the journey, and I want to sound um right about this. It's part of the journey, and it's something that is going to happen to all of us. Her journey is finished. Her journey on this within this earth is complete. It has been complete, and she brought her contribution to her people, and she did what she had to do. Um, so, but yeah, I was going to call. I was going to try to get in touch, but to try to go see her, but none I know. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I had to unfortunately I had to put a block to any other visitors other than,
Right.
the people that reached out to us because of situations that had happened.
Mhm.
Um but
Yeah.
this did just happen 5:19 tonight.
Okay. Yeah.
And luckily I had some of you guys' personal numbers to call y'all, let y'all know what was going on today. Because unfortunately her phone did break when she first got admitted to the hospital.
Mhm. Yeah.
So we didn't have any other way other than, the few that, I knew their numbers too.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I just want everybody to know, how grateful she was and how she looked forward to this every Thursday night. And before Blog Talk Radio shut down, she looked forward to that every night. And for those who know her from when she just did just regular the writing vlogs that she used to do back in 2007.
Yeah.
So I just want everybody to know, she truly appreciated every single one of y'all.
And we appreciated her too.
Absolutely. I would just like to say that I first met your mom in the early 2000s on Blog Talk Radio, and she was just a resource of information, and we connected that way. And although I never met her face to face, we had developed a strong relationship, and I loved her like a sister. And so I wanted to make sure that we got the correct information to support the family. And I wanted you to know how much I appreciate, loved her. I really, really did. So I guess that's all I have to say.
Tyrone.
Now,
Tyrone.
well, I got you, Lisa. But listen, I'm looking on Facebook at J Poindexter, and there's like a bunch of them up there. Is there anything to distinguish?
Mine, you can see a green iPhone in the profile picture.
A green iPhone. All right, I'll continue to look. Miss Lisa, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I was just listening before I called in, and I'm so sorry to hear about Miss Antoinette. Is it Antoinette or Antoinette?
Antoinette.
Antoinette, yeah, that's me as well. Antoinette. This is so sorry to hear this about her because she was a real ride or die. And she brought some amazing guests over here onto the show. And we was like, wow, some of the, that she would talk about, and she has so much knowledge. She really, with her presence over here, when she would call in, everybody go, hey, how you doing? And then she would say, but she kept up on all of the things that was going on with the people, the black race, and with politics and things like that. And she was a real ride or die. We love Miss Antoinette over here. And Tyrone, you have to get the information about the family because people want to send something and do something in honor of her. I mean, this is a great loss. It really is. It really is. And your mother was a treasure. She was a treasure.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. And I did put the J Antoinette JAY
No,
not J Antoinette J
JEY.
point JEY.
No,
Okay,
correct that.
Yes.
JEY. So that's why I'm not finding you. Okay, so JEY. I'll put this back in the chat room. Disregard that first one. So I'm putting the Cash App in the chat room right now, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, and I spelled the same way too. JEY.
All right, I got it. So that's why I couldn't find your Facebook. I was spelling it wrong.
A lot of people make that mistake, but she was very particular with how she spelled my name.
I got it. I got it.
Because, well, majority of y'all know J is short for Janae. And she was very particular of how she spelled it. She spelled it with all E's, no A's, no Y's, no I's. Because I
And you
guess
said
she figured with her
she
name
passed away
being tonight at 5:19.
5/19. Wow.
But she's with the ancestors, Miss Antoinette. She's with our ancestors, God. I so hate to hear this. She's with the ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
Amelia,
Well, yeah,
go
guys,
ahead, please.
I just shared the Cash App and the Facebook in the chat room there. So maybe I'll send it to you too, Elisa.
Yeah, send it to me. I'm not on. I don't have my iPad or anything. I just have my phone. But see, send it to me in the and you know the messages.
Okay.
Stop. All done. Amelia, I'm on the phone right now. Sorry, my 4-year-old is still up for some odd reason here.
That's what they do. They busy all the time when they're that age.
Busy is not the word.
All right. So the information's out there. And guys, y'all go over and y'all find the Cash App and find the Facebook. Send your condolences. So Sister Antoinette, some love. Oh my goodness, that just hit me like a ton of bricks. I know, Sister, nobody said that you was gonna call in and let us know how you doing, but how she was doing, but I didn't expect that.
I didn't expect it to be this call tonight either.
Mm-hmm.
Because, we was just like, and, she wasn't really having like conversations, but, she made sure to tell me Tuesday when I went up there to see her to call the show, call her friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then yesterday it was, the hi babies and, I love y'all. And then everything today. Ami, I need you to go lay down, please. I'll be there in a minute, okay? I'm getting ready to get out. Ami, go lay down, please. I'll be there in 2 minutes.
Well, you got a boy or a
please.
girl?
One of each.
Oh, you got double trouble.
Yeah, she's 4. She'll be 5 in January. And then my son will actually be 6 in 2 weeks.
You got your hands full.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
You have your hands full. But you know what? We right now, I'm sending you some strength and some love, and so you and your entire family, and you all gonna keep on keeping on because you got them grandkids, Miss Antoinette's grandkids that's here, so she's always here for you all. So I'm
Hmm.
sending that to you. I'm sending you that strength and that love. I am. I'm sending that to you and to those babies and to the rest of your family. You all gonna be all
Thank
right.
you. We definitely
You're gonna be
appreciate
all
it.
right with time. Sending it to you, sweetheart.
It's just crazy how things can change in literally milliseconds.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. Yes.
But I know my cousin said something to me earlier, and I don't know if y'all believe it, but I know we do. She'll be back,
Good, she'll be back. She's
and
here
it'll
with us now. She's here with us
Hmm.
now.
be when we least expect it.
Yes. Yes. She's here with us now. Her presence will always be here, especially do you and those children. How many other do you have siblings? How many other children did she have? Did
She
she
had
you
three
have
of us.
three of us? There you go. She's here. She's still here through you. Her presence is still here. And yes, we believe that over here. I know I do. Speak for myself. I believe that Miss Antoinette's presence is still with us. She's still here. It's never gonna leave. Never gonna leave.
Who's this caller here?
These families, Big Will.
What's up, Big
Hey,
Will?
Big Will.
How's it going, everybody? I want to say my condolences to the sister and her family on the passing of my sister Antoinette. Uh, I was calling to ask Tyrone to post it in the TRS Facebook chat groups. That way I can see it and I can send a little something.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, my sincere condolences, man. I mean, she was a beautiful spirit, beautiful energy, very informative. And like the sister said before, she's here forever, baby. Trust and believe that. Peace.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you, Big Will. I'm putting it in there now.
Tenfold them out.
Jesus. Big Will.
I don't know about y'all, but I know for me it's gonna be a tough night to fall asleep.
Oh yeah, I understand exactly where you're coming from.
But let me go ahead and get this little one down to sleep. She doesn't know anything yet, so still gotta
Okay.
get her off to school in the morning.
Yeah. Well, it's raw
But
for you right now. It's going to be just, I hate to interrupt, but it's raw right now. And in time, but right now it's raw. And I wish I could take some of it from you right now and experience it so you could get some sleep and rest that mind and that body and that soul. But it's going to be raw. But we thinking about you over here. We thinking about Miss Antoinette and Miss Antoinette. Miss Antoinette is still here with us. It's going to be raw. It's going to be heavy. But baby, we love you because your mother was a treasure.
Oh yeah. Sister, nobody, your line is open.
Yeah, my condolences to the family. Oh, goodness. I actually got tears coming down my eyes.
Hmm.
Because, we like to, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you fine. Take your time.
Well, we'll be letting the rest of the regulars over here know as they call in what has
Yeah.
happened. I'm sure Tyrone will, but 'cause he's the boss. So we'll let the rest of the people know. And you're raw. You're raw right now. And it's probably in your best interest. Get off this phone with us crazy folks over here. And just,
Mhm.
even if you can't fall asleep, just try to relax your body. Relax the body. That helps the soul. A sleep will come, even if it doesn't come tonight. It'll come at some point. But get off this phone, relax the body, and the mind will relax. And eventually, sleep will come because that's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need rest and sleep to help give you the strength to get through this.
That I definitely will do.
All right, sweetheart.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
All right. Good night.
Good
You're
night.
welcome.
Good night, sis.
Good night.
All right, guys. Well, I won't expect that. That's some terrible news, and I feel some
Mhm.
type of way right now.
I
And
do
I won't
too.
expect that.
I do too.
And Sister
I
Antoinette is definitely going to be missed,
mhm.
but she kept Sarge in line.
Yeah,
So
that's how I was getting ready to say Tyrone. She used to get Sarge to fit. Sarge just give her a fit too. He should give her a fit too. I don't even feel like much talking about Trump and oh jeez.
well, how it's related is that it kind of lets you put you in the mindset of how politics. I mean, it matters, but it really don't matter when it's all said and done. These silly
Yeah.
people doing all these silly things, and we know they're wrong. But whenever you're looking at life, you only got one life to live, and you're gonna have to do it the best way you know how.
Mhm. You need to live it the best that you can.
You know,
Live it the best you can.
on social media with the conference call and everything, you just think, okay, these are people with voices you speak to every night. You don't think you become emotionally connected to them. Um,
Hmm.
you don't think that way.
Mm-mm. You don't. These are real people with real lives, and then all the things that we be on here fussing and arguing and hollering about, calling names and stuff. Like you said, Tyrone, the bigger picture is everybody. We're all human beings around here with lives and families. Uh, that's the bigger picture. That's the most important picture. That's what's most important. Regardless of how we do or don't get along, we've lost other people from over here as well over the years.
Hmm. Yep.
Oh God, that's the there. Mm. But somebody has to say something. I'm gonna bring up something that's not important. Something that I wasn't even talk about this, but I saw it earlier today. Uh, uh, what's his name? See, I done lost my the train of thought. Um, um. I lost my train. Who's the person that's in prison for who's shooting Megan Thee Stallion? This is so nothing, but I'm just trying to clear up some of this dead air. Tory Lane, he was
Yep.
to his appeal that was turned down. I was kind of confused as what people thought he was going to. his appeal was going to go through. I was surprised at that. And then people are talking about Donald Trump, Michael, because Tory Lanez was convicted on the state level, and I seriously doubt that's even in Gavin Newsom's even thought process of pardoning Tory Lanez. So that was just some silliness that I saw earlier today with all the other horror that the country is facing with the regime that we
You
have
said
in place right now.
somebody was saying that Gavin Newsom supposed to pardon him.
That he might pardon him. I mean, there's so many other things going on right now with this regime and within the country and within the world and people's personal and private lives that you ought to be thinking silliness like that. Silliness. So much more important things. Just hopefully, like they say that prison is supposed to be prison and jail or whatever. It's supposed to be rehabilitation. I don't know how much rehabilitation goes on in prison, but let's just hope he finds some and do better when it is time for him to get out.
So it was found out that he did do that. He did shoot that girl in the foot, right?
Yeah, that been over. He was trying to appeal the conviction, but for all of that went on out there, and people actually thought that he was going to be successful in that, and people thought that was talking about, well, maybe Gavin, he's going to put your thoughts on your family, put your thoughts on the country, and us coming through this foolishness that we're in, instead of looking to, I don't know, maybe that's a good thing that's where some people's mind is at on stuff like that, and not
so
on
now,
more serious stuff.
Has he been sentenced, or it was just this appeal that was happening today?
Just appeal. This is appeal. He just sentenced. What was that? 2 years ago? A year ago? He was sentenced.
So
that's a.
Wait a minute. So I'm confused. Did he go to jail?
Yeah, he in prison.
Oh, I see it right here. Lanez was sentenced to 10 years in prison, state prison. Okay, so I get that. So he was trying to get I mean, you shouldn't do
appeal. He was trying to appeal, and they was like, no, his appeal was denied. And some people were saying, well, maybe Gavin Newsom, because they were saying maybe Trump can pardon him. Well, no, Trump can't have anything to do with that. He was convicted and prosecuted on the state level.
Yeah.
And so Gavin Newsom is the governor. And y'all actually putting your thoughts in that instead of something. Gavin Newsom that's not even on his radar to do anything like that. Come on, people. There's so many other things that's going on.
Yeah, this society is so screwed up now. This boy obviously did this
really
crime.
is.
This boy obviously did this crime, and he went to court. They found him guilty. They sentenced him. And we live in a society now that if you do something wrong, people still want you to get exonerated somehow because you're popular or whatever. You know, that's just nuts.
Because they like your music.
Hey, Tyrone.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, they were saying that the day that he got stabbed up and all that stuff, evidence came out or something came out saying that it wasn't him that shot that sister in the foot or leg or whatever the case may be. And
I remember all that.
There's a bunch of conspiracies going on about that crap, which I don't partake in those at all. But yeah, they were saying that it wasn't him that did it. I think her security guard or somebody's security guard backtracked what was said or what he said on the matters that happened that particular night or whatever. But I don't know, quite frankly.
Yeah, they drug Megan Thee Stallion. They drug her name through the mud for even accusing the guy of doing that. And then what I'm looking at, if he went through the trial and they had all the evidence and the proof, and they said that he was guilty of it, then he did it. You know, I don't care what these people say. But he did it. He got sentenced to 10 years.
But
But he
this
was
is the thing.
convicted actually not for the shooting. He was convicted on gun charges. That's what he was convicted of, not of the actual shooting. So I mean, all this conspiracy foolishness that people have done. He was convicted. If you read over everything, he was convicted on charges because he's a felon, and so he had other things going on with him. That's what he was convicted of, and that's what the most of the time is for, gun charges.
Okay, so it says right
I
here,
don't.
Lane was convicted on 3 felonies in December 22, assault with a semi-automatic firearm, having a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle, and discharging the firearm with gross negligence. So that's pertaining to the shooting, right?
Yeah, gun charges. Yeah.
Yeah. So if he's guilty of that stuff, then I mean that's what he's in jail for. But I get that they always try to protect the popular, the famous, and all this kind of stuff. So they probably finagle these charges where it won't be as bad as shooting somebody with a gun. And because you got discharging a firearm and having an unregistered weapon in a vehicle, and the only thing they don't have on here is shooting a person because that would be attempted murder. So I don't know. Well, if he did whatever he in jail for, he deserved to be in jail. And we should just, as a society, when somebody do something wrong, we should just get rid of them. They ain't used to holding on to these people. He make good music. I listen to his music. I mean, he can sing. He's talented. But I mean, shit.
Tory Lanez?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with him. No, he's a rapper. He's a rapper.
He got all kinds of good music. I listen to Tory Lanez.
You sure, Tyrone? Oh, you know who Tory Lanez?
Yeah, I don't remember his songs right offhand. Let me see if I can find one of them.
I'm not familiar with his music, so I can't speak on it.
You heard it before. I'm pretty sure
I did.
Riding down the road,
Tory
listening to the radio.
Mhm. I don't think so. I don't listen to a lot of this. The newer rappers. So I probably have heard some of his music, but
Imagine being able
if
to
you
build
offered
an
me
app with your
$1 billion
name on it,
right now
just
to
by
name
thinking
one
about it.
song,
Meet Base
I wouldn't be
44,
able to. I wouldn't get that money. So I cannot speak on his music.
Mhm.
But the same with R. Kelly, free R. Kelly. You can still see that. So
yeah, people lose
mean,
their mind. They lost their mind with Cosby. They lost their mind with R. Kelly. People be going crazy over these popular people.
Now Cosby, how they put him in prison was wrong. That's why he's out. But and I don't believe Cosby did all those things that they said he did. But he did a lot of it.
I believe
but he didn't do
guilty
you think,
of all of it.
I believe not all of it. I would say because some of those women that had claims and stuff, they had to print some retractions on that. They were found out to be lying, but he did most of it. But he didn't do all of that. Some of that was that pile on in order to to destroy. That didn't destroy his reputation and his legacy. He did that, but what they put him in prison for was wrong. Was wrong. That's why he's out now. That's why he got out earlier. That's why that putting him in prison, that was wrong. How that was done. But Cosby did not all, but he did those things that he was accused of doing. So he destroyed his own legacy by doing those things. It's just that people is just like, well, because the white man get away with it, well, the white man need to be sitting in the prison alongside him.
Yep.
That's how that works, and that's what I used to say. That's how that works. The white man.
That's how we got a pedophile president right now. Because
There you
people,
go.
because of his popularity and his fame and all of this, and people is infatuated with him, they let this man just run around and do whatever he want to do.
An alleged pedophile. An alleged. So
No, he's
we'll
not.
say it that way.
To me, he ain't no alleged no more because those Jeffrey
Well,
Epstein letters.
our personal feelings, yes, he did those things, and he's done much worse than we could even conceive of. But for
those letters that came
Google,
out this week,
but,
that letter,
but for
that
Google,
letter just, Google
alleged.
I understand that, but them letters that came out this week from Jeffrey Epstein, I mean, that put Trump right in the thick of all of that. It just did.
Yes, it does. He's been in the thick of it. And for people who make excuses, what was that? Hakeem Jeffrey said that the regime was, let me pull it up. I want to get the wording. And the fact that he said it like that, like they were saying that a lot of people in Congress and senators and stuff, they were warned from people leaking from the FBI that Trump's involvement in this thing is much worse than all of us think it is. And we all know what we think it is. So it's worse than that? Let me see. They all know. Hakeem Jeffries.
Yeah, and now they're trying to, I mean, some of them are trying to defend it. I heard this clip from Megyn Kelly today, and the way she tried to justify those men sleeping with children, I was like, what the world is they doing? Let me find that clip. I'm going to play it. This lady is sick. The Republicans are sick in the head.
He called it, Hakeem Jeffries called it the PPP regime. And what that meant, let me find it. I just had it up. What the PPP regime, the pedophile, what did he call it? Hakeem Trump Johnson, the PPP, the pedophile protection program. So the fact that he would say something like that, he probably was one of those that was warned that this stuff is worse than what we actually think it is. And we all know what we think. So the fact that he said that, it is just, and people trying to make, and I constantly see some of the black MAGAs that the only reason because I know them, and I don't have anything else to do with them, but I remain friends, not friends, but FB friends with them to see where their mindset, because I want to see how deplorable that people are allowing themselves to go with this. If it were me, and I couldn't support him with anything if I were supporting this man, but when it comes to that part of it, I would just keep my mouth shut because I don't want to be on the side of I was trying to make excuses. Don't be that person. Don't be that person trying to make excuses.
Well, people, they got to eat crow now. They really got to eat crow. They really got to eat some humble pie because they've been wrong this entire time. Here's that Megyn Kelly clip. I want you to listen to what this woman say about these children. Listen.
As for Epstein, I've said this before, but just as a reminder, I do know somebody very, very close to this case who is in a position to know virtually everything. Not everything, but virtually everything. And this person has told me from the start, years and years ago, that Jeffrey Epstein, in this person's view, was not a pedophile. This is this person's view, who was there for a lot of this, but that he was into the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls. And I realize this is disgusting. I'm definitely not trying to make an excuse for this. I'm just giving you facts. That he wasn't into like 8-year-olds, but he liked the very young teen types that could pass for even younger than they were, but would look legal to a passerby. And that is what I believed, and that was what I reliably was told for many years. And it wasn't until we heard from Pam Bondi that they had tens of thousands of videos of alleged, forgive me, they used to call it kiddie porn. Now they call it child sexual abuse material on his computer, that for the first time I thought, Oh, no, he was an actual pedophile. I mean, only a pedophile gets off on young children abuse videos. She's never clarified it. I don't know whether it's true. I have to be honest. I don't really trust Pam Bondi's word on the Epstein matters anymore. Yeah, so I don't know what's true about him, but we have yet to see anybody come forward and say I was I was under 10, I was under 14 when I first came within his purview. Look, you can say that's a distinction without a difference.
No, it's not.
I think there is a difference. Yeah. There's a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old. You know, it's just whatever.
Yeah, she's trying to downplay it and say there's a difference between a 15-year-old child and a 5-year-old child. Both of them are children. She's trying to downplay it and said that Epstein like the teen type and not 8-year-olds. They're all children, Megan. You guys are sick in the fucking head because you're trying to justify Trump's involvement with a pedophile because Trump is, I'm for Lisa, allegedly a pedophile. And those emails actually put him right there in the thick of things at the Epstein Island with those children. So these people are sick in the head. I can't believe she was trying to say, well, he didn't like 8-year-olds. He let them on the teen-looking side. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this woman? She, with her full chest, she got on a video and tried to distinguish between a 15-year-old and an 8-year-old when it comes to pedophilia. It's all the same. It's all the same. These people are crazy.
It is, and like when Orange was on, what's the shock jock? I can think of his name with the ratty looking curly hair, the shock jock, and they were talking about, well, what's too low? And remember I replayed that.
Oh yeah, well, Howard Stern.
Video. Howard Stern, and they said what 13.
Yeah, these people are sick.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
These people are sick in the head, and so now what I'm waiting on now is I'm waiting on their response because I know they're going to defend him, and that just shows me how depraved and sick these people are in the head. Who is this unknown caller? Who line I just opened? Hello.
I'm back. I don't have an argument against your argument, but I'm trying to see how do you do it, bro? It's eerie as hell on here right now, bro.
What you mean?
How did you? Like with what I just heard from Antoinette. Yeah.
From who now?
Wasn't that Antoinette's daughter on here a moment ago?
Oh yeah. That was Antoinette's daughter, and I don't know if you got the word, but Antoinette passed away. Yeah.
Yeah, eerie.
So why do you say it's scary though?
I said eerie. It's eerie.
Eerie. Oh yeah, I got it, man. Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong about that. It is a sad time. Won't nobody expecting that.
Hey Tyrone.
Mhm.
Yeah, brother, man. I wanted to say before I hang up, man. You know, we done, from the time I've been on terrorist to now, man, we done lost some people, man. Yeah, man, we done lost we done lost some people. Guess who else passed away? I found out.
Who that?
The other brother that they used to call him when men did the Delacan.
Jalil, Jamal. What was his name? Jalil.
Yeah,
Jalil.
Yeah.
Jalil.
Yeah, he passed away too. Somebody in Wilmington told me that they knew him. They knew him personally. I said, how is he doing? I used to talk. I never met the guy, but we used to talk on a podcast show on the phone. He said, oh no, he said he passed too. I said, really? He said, yeah, he passed. I think he might have passed a little before MandelaCon. Yeah. So, but the guy told me, yeah, he passed too. So that I didn't know. I meant to share that with y'all a couple of weeks ago when I found out. I meant to share that then, but I had found out that he had passed too. So, yeah. But man, we done lost some people, man. I just wanted to say that, man. But It's part
About
of the journey, man.
about
It's
Antoinette
perhaps
right
all
now,
over.
man. It's about
And
Antoinette right now.
hold on, bro. Hold on. Let me finish, bro. But yeah, man, it's one of those things, man. But I just wanted to say that to you, man, and I'm gonna hang up, bro. And I want to let you know, man, it's good to have it's good to have something like this, man, because you do get to talk to people. You might not always agree with everybody what they say, but you get to know people. You get to talk to people and stuff like that. So that's the good thing about this thing. So that's what I want to say, man. I'm gonna take it on there because I do got to get up in the morning. So, but yeah. All right, Ty.
Okay, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
We argue, bro. I'll admit we argue here and there, bro. But like when it comes to music, I'm a songwriter. I studied the women singing groups of the '60s and all of that, and her bringing like Kim Weston on here, that was big in my eyes.
Mhm.
Like so, there was a lot of things she did. We argue, but like she did a lot of good things on here, man. She brought some good times on here. So
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of eerie though, bro. I don't do well with these moments, bro, because after my mother died, I can actually, usually when it's not your people, I'll be like, damn, that's messed up. But it really don't bother me the way it would bother me if it's somebody that's close to me. Now it really bothers me. It's like that, you know what I mean? It's not good.
Well, yeah, man, that's human nature. You're supposed to feel some type of way,
Maybe I'm
that's
becoming
just the
more
way we are.
humane. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I don't know. Yeah, it kind of that little. I don't know. Make my stomach dropped a little bit. Like kind of dark right now.
Right.
I'm just trying to,
Well, don't be in the dark. Don't be in the dark because Antoinette was about the light and being aware of what is going on. And I know we get emotionally tied up, but death is a part of life. And it's about a cycle that we all are going to visit. And if you've lost your mom, I have lost my mom and my dad. You feel what another person feels around that situation.
Yeah,
So
I can empathize.
we have to keep moving forward. And one thing I want to say is that it is so important for us to have a connection with one another, even if it's a difference in generation, because I can learn from the younger people and the younger people can learn from me. If we have patience with one another, and that's key, because the communication is what we have. Just like the brother was saying earlier, that we still connect even though we haven't been one-on-one with one another, face-to-face. Because I know your voice, we have made connections. And so we just have to keep on keeping on and, living the life we love. We have to be that, And Antoinette was definitely about loving her people. And, even I could even hear Antoinette's continence in her daughter, her softness of her voice, her words being intentional. And so, we can't poo-poo this relationship we have, we really
I think
can't.
that's what the topic was about last night though. Like suppressing, like especially with black men, like the young black men, we suppress a lot because we're told that hey, men don't supposed to cry and mourn, and like that shit's sad, bro. Like you.
Well, who's this other line I open?
Yeah, I just heard the God Awful news, and I'd really like to make a comment about it, if I may.
Hey, what's up, Sarge? Yeah, you can, man. What's happening?
What's up, Sarge?
Yeah, me and Sister Antoinette go back a long way. and that would include discussions that we agreed upon, things we didn't agree upon, things that were often very heated. But throughout it all, even when we had agreements and disagreements, Antoinette was always classy and a lady. Always. She always retained affection for those with whom she would interact with, even me, and she would even express it. And she was charming, and she was warm, and she was sincere. So the one thing I never got from her in all the times whether I agree with her or disagree with her, was that she was disingenuous. She gave me two of the most memorable moments I've had interacting with anyone on talk radio on the internet. She got Kim Weston to sing happy birthday for me when I was doing commentary on Judge Joe Brown's show. And then she gave me an opportunity to interview a Tuskegee Airman before he passed. And she said that was one of the best interviews that she ever had anybody give anybody. And I was grateful to have the chance to have done it. And I always did like her because she was a genuinely warm and curious person who was striving to increase her base of knowledge and to understand things. And I am really going to miss her because, like I said, I go back a long way with her, interacting with her and conversing with her. And I think it's really, I'm really surprised to hear this. I knew she was having some health problems, but I didn't know they were terminal. And I'd like to offer my sincerest of condolences to her family. And I may not feel her loss as acutely as you do because you are her family. Believe me, as sort of a talk show colleague and an interlocutor, I do feel her loss very deeply.
Right. Who's this other unknown caller? This line I just opened.
It's me, Big Brother, Cuz.
Hey, what's up, Cuz?
Hey, is Sister Nobody around?
Yeah, she's on the line.
Hey, Sister
let me
Nobody.
open. Let me open the line. Let me see. All right, there she goes.
Sister Nobody.
Hey.
Hey, I need to talk with you. Off to the side if I get a chance. If you get a chance. This is Cuzzo.
Okay.
Can you make that happen? Can you make that happen?
Okay. Okay. Wow.
I know.
You got a Facebook, Cuz?
Facebook? No.
Oh.
Well, I mean, if she can't do it, then I'll just, speak out.
Go ahead just speak your mind, man. What you got, bro?
Yeah, no, this is something that I wanted to say to her from a previous call that I had put out there. I didn't, and I think I was misconstrued because, and I told Sister Nobody, to go ahead, call Antoinette's daughter or her son. What I was doing, was trying to. I don't have Facebook. I don't know how to deal with GoFundMe. So I put my Cash App out there and I specified this, Sister Nobody. I put my Cash App out there just so we could, just the radio family, that we could get together and send Antoinette flowers at the time. I wasn't trying to solicit money or anything like that. I can send my own flowers. She's my first cousin. So I can send my own flowers, but I just thought that, it would be really nice if us as a group, as a radio family, send it. But maybe I overstepped my bounds, and I want to apologize for that. Maybe it looked like I was trying to solicit, and I apologize for that. But I would never, on the back of not just my family, but I would never do that on the back of you or anybody else's family or yourself for that. matter. You know, I was just trying to do something that I thought that would be meaningful for her at the time before it got, so bad.
Well, Cuzzo, let me stop you there. I was not aware of that at all. I mean, if you want to put your cash app for flowers, internet, that's fine.
Yeah, but I didn't want you or anybody, when I previously spoke about it, and you said, well, I'm going to call, and I said, yeah, I'll give them a call. I didn't have no qualms, no problems with it, but I didn't. I'm not saying that you took it like that, Sister Nobody, but I just didn't want anybody, especially that particular night, I didn't want anybody to think that, I was trying to solicit funds or.
I don't even know what you're talking about, Cuzzo.
Yeah,
you even had the conversation with me?
You shouldn't have to feel that. Go ahead.
It was wild. It was, I mean, it's all forgotten now because now this is the part that I was trying to avoid before she could, before this happened. This is what I wanted to do way before this, not way, but before this got to this point. But it didn't work out like that. And like I said, I tried and I spoke with her son, and, him and I have difference of opinions. So that's where that lies. But nevertheless, and you guys know that I had brought something pertaining to this up like a couple of weeks ago. And, like I said, I might have jumped the gun a little bit. I wasn't at liberty to really say anything, so I didn't really say anything specifically. The only thing I said specifically was the flowers to the hospital. That was it. So for those who thought that it was something else, that I just wanted to clarify myself. Because Antoinette got me on this platform and on this radio. She's been got me on this radio for a long time. And it goes all the way back to, if I mention a name, I want to see if any of you guys remember this name. Pundit. Back when was the name Pundit on the radio.
Yeah, I remember.
You remember? That's been some time ago, right?
Yes, I do. That's when I first came acquainted with Antoinette.
Right. So and that's when she started to have me on there, Sarge. When Pundit and I can't
Black
think of
Pundit.
the other
He was a Black Pundit.
Right. Yep. And that's when I followed her lead, and I've been on there ever since. Maybe not consistently at the time, but I started getting back into it. And shit, man, it's been times that we stayed, Jay, myself, some of the others, then stayed on the phone until like 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes, So, yeah, I just want to let you guys know, thank you. I just want to thank you. And I love all you guys, and you guys are just like family to me. When I'm sitting around at night, and not doing anything and bored, what I do, I call the radio station, and if you're on the topic that I want to talk about, boom, I bring it right on up, and we talk about it. For the most part, everybody's civil, and well, she taught me how to deal with all that kind of stuff, and I appreciated my cousin. I really did. Loved her. So, like Sister Nobody said, this is a part of life, and we all have to accept it because we all gonna make it there.
Well, she was much a lady, and she was. I wouldn't say she was gentle, but she certainly was determined in her belief system. And I rarely heard her be anything other than cordial in whatever argument she'd be presenting.
Right. And she didn't have a lot of curse words. She didn't, you never heard her too much say anything like that. No.
Not once that I can remember.
She didn't do that.
No, not at all.
So, anyway,
bummed out about it. I'm really
Yeah.
impressed. I didn't know that she had anything that was this bad. I mean, I thought it was like the usual ailments people complain about as they age.
Mm-hmm.
Was anything this grave that it led to her demise? I'm very bummed out about it.
Yeah, it is. Well, those who knew her, if we can all be, because see, I don't even know, I don't know what state she lived in or anything like that. You could keep us posted, like if they have services or something.
Sure.
And as far as whoever's going to be, receiving her in the services, they usually have things online. Because like my father, who always go, my dad says this, my dad says that. He passed a year ago, and so those are these things. They have services and things online, and then once we know where that is, then they have things on there that you can purchase a greeting or something like that. You see what I'm saying? And then from the TRS family, and I know some people are having hard times, and we don't know anyone's circumstances, but we can pick something that everybody can agree upon that's not going to set anybody back in any way and send a greeting, to that. So if we could be kept up to date with that. So something, because a lot of people, some people don't. You see what I'm saying? So keep us updated. So once we see who has what, who's going to be doing this, and then we can pick something from the TRS family, and that's not going to set anyone back. You see what I'm saying? That's what I can think of right now that we could do. That's what we could probably do.
Okay.
Well, you synchronize something, and you got my pledge. I bloody well guarantee you I'll send something appropriate.
Yeah.
Family.
Yes, we just have to know. We just have to know something because, like I said, I don't even know what state that she lived in. So who knows her personally? Keep us up so we can do that. Because this thing just happened today, so we can do something that way. And if everybody want to chip in a little something from the family here, I think that would be a lovely thing to do.
That would be And see, when I brought that up last week, I like I said, I may have jumped the gun. I wasn't thinking, but all in all, I was doing things. I was trying to do the right thing.
That was a good gesture.
Don't let that bother you.
That was a good gesture because you said she was in the hospital, and I think she would have, if she was in the hospital at that time, she probably would have loved that. That was a wonderful gesture.
But I thought people had taken it the wrong way, Sister Nobody. Maybe not.
Well, this is Elisa speaking. I didn't know anything about that because I don't listen as often as you guys do. But that was a wonderful gesture. She would have loved that. I'm sure she would have. To know that people are thinking about her.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm not going to feel myself, down about me trying to do something.
No, that was a wonderful thing. No, don't you dare feel bad about that. No.
Thank you.
Hey, Cuz. Do you have Kim Weston's contact or no?
No, I don't have. I have to go back in my message and see. I'm not going to do it on the air. I'll do it and then get back to you because she sent me information and stuff like when Kim was supposed to be on the show and did she ever tell you about Marvin Gaye's sister?
Yeah.
Had that information. Oh yeah, and she showed me. She really did have it. I mean, I've seen. Actually, she signed a book for Antoinette and sent it to her. Cause I think I had got it from her mailbox. Yeah, she really did. She signed it and also sent her a postcard to attend some kind of gala get together or something, book signing. But she did. Antoinette touched them. She really did. And but I have to go and into my phone and see what kind of stuff I got on there, and I'll make sure that I share, what I got tomorrow on if everybody's on. Other than that, we just want to go with the show, so we don't want a whole lot of. Antoinette would want us to go on with the show. She wouldn't want us to sit around here and mope and shed tears like I have, But
but she's a Christian. Like they mourn, they mourn properly. That's on some atheist type shit. She wasn't an atheist. You would mourn and cry and soak.
All right.
So I don't see a problem with it. It's sad, bro. You can act like I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It's really eerie.
No, I'm not being modest. I'm just being me,
And maybe a little guilt on my part because I argued with her, but I know.
We've all done that. Look, you argue with her. You want to know how many times I've argued with her, face to face in the same car? Shit. I've argued with her over the phone. Wake up and put yourself on mute. Wake up and put yourself on mute. Don't you know you've been snoring for a half an hour? Oh, my God. You guys know that. So y'all know that she done got on me. I don't know how many times about sit up here snoring.
To say that we regret her passing and to remember her. That's like Brother Anthony just said. She was a Christian. And it's appropriate when you lose someone that is dear to you. It is appropriate to say something about them that gives the reason for why you regret their passing, because they supplied something meaningful in your life.
Right.
And her commentary and her presence and her stateliness was something that I did enjoy, which is why I would interact with her as regularly as often as I could.
I'll tell you what.
The
short period of time that I've been on this air, because myself and a family member that that was close to us had some words pertaining to this and pertaining to what I tried to do last week. It really bothered me because I just brushed it off as emotions. Some people how somebody passes and some people in the family have the emotions and they want to act out or say things that maybe they didn't mean to say or how they said it. So with me, I understand that. So I just take it in, and then at a later date, maybe much later date, and I'll approach the situation again and say, you know what, that was wrong how you came off to me, but I understand because emotions were involved. And then I leave it alone. I don't drag stuff. I don't carry stuff. I just let it go. And then if it consists, then it's time for me just to let that go. Say, look, you ain't part of me. I'm not part of you. That's it. So I'll leave it at that. But on the other hand, I just want to ask Sarge, are we going to get that check? Are we going to get that tariff check?
Excellent question.
Since that involves an appropriation, Congress is going to have to get involved, but I suspect that Donald Trump has anything to do with it. It will more likely than not happen. I mean, the man is giving a complete accounting of how much money has been collected in tariffs, and it has been significant. It's been enormous.
Yes,
far
but it
more than
hasn't been
expected to be bringing in, to say nothing of the amount of investment. Over $12 trillion of pledged investment, almost half of which has already begun to be implemented.
Okay, if he hands out those checks, that's $600 billion. We collected $350 billion from the tariffs.
No, we
not
got
quite
more than that.
600.
No, that's not correct. We got more than that.
Oh, well, it was $380 billion. I know it was no more than 3. It wasn't 4 or 5.
Remember, it's ongoing, though. It's ongoing. It's not going to stop. This is ongoing money. This is not a one-time purpose of funding. We get it every month.
Every month. Wouldn't it be more sufficient to him to say, okay, maybe I'll give you guys, maybe everybody can get $600 or $1,000. That's doable. Even today, that's doable. But why did he have to go say 2,000? Now he's got everybody in America thinking they're gonna get $2,000 like they did when they got that COVID money.
Yeah, well, remember now, you got to remember, man, Donald Trump's a deal maker. He starts out, he'll bid high and then go low. You know, he's got to deal with Congress after all. He's not a king. He can't do it by himself. No matter what they say, he ain't a king. So he's got to get Congress involved in it. And it's probably going to be some horse trading. And it's probably not going to be the number either side wants in the end.
Right. I think it's going to go through, but it's not going to be the numbers that he threw out there at first. I really think it's going to go through.
Okay, I expect that too.
You do.
Look, I think it's intriguing to think that this is the first time I've heard a president say money that the government earns through the way it used to get money to fund the federal government. The federal government used to be entirely funded through excise taxes and taxes on alcohol and tobacco. Completely.
Right.
It didn't get any money from federal income tax up until the early part of the 20th century. And it's nice to hear the president saying that we're going to get money from foreign entities and give some of it back to the American people. Even if it doesn't happen, I just like to hear it being said.
Well, yeah, okay, I'll go with that. But I honestly believe we're going to get some kind of money. Trust me. I mean, and I'm not a Trumper. I'm not a Trumper. But we're going to get some of that money.
You believe that? You ain't going to get nobody getting a damn thing. I can't believe y'all. I believe so hard. Do y'all think you're going to get money back? The only way you're going to get any money is if SCOTUS rules against him, and that was the money that was illegally taken from the American people who paid the tariffs. We didn't get any of that money from the other countries. Why are we having this nonsensical conversation? The American people paid those taxes. And they're gonna have, if you get anything, it's a refund of those taxes that was illegally taken.
Right, and that's what
the Treasury Department reports they've collected that from foreign entities. That's where they say they got them from. If you want to accuse the Treasury Department of lying and perpetrating a fraud,
he said he got that from the tariff.
Because you got to remember, companies anticipated this tariff, and they began stockpiling goods prior to the tariffs being implemented. The tariffs are being implemented so they could continue to import goods to the United States. So I am certain that almost all of the tariff money has come from countries paying the tariffs so they continue to do business in the United States. Of that I am certain. And again, I'm not counting on this money. If it comes, fine. If it doesn't, okay. I'm not going to count on it either way because the president isn't king. He can't do it by himself. I'm not counting on it. If it comes, fine. If it doesn't, pay down the federal debt. I don't care either way.
Right. Well, we know he's not king because when he stopped that money, guess who started to back up? The federal judges said, "Nah, you can't stop this money from these people. Put that food stamp money on these people's cars." And he stopped it. They started it back up. So I know he's not king.
It's a moot point now, though, because the Congress has voted to refund SNAP. But I think that judge is telling them to do something illegal because Congress had not appropriated the money for the purposes for which it was intended. So that's why Trump said, "Okay, Judge, I'll be happy to fund it. Tell me how I can do it legally." The judge didn't tell him because he don't know a way either. He just wanted him to do it. And then the Democrats might have wanted to impeach him for illegally spending unappropriated funds.
Well, he said Trump is illegally collecting tariffs for some of those people, some of those foreign countries.
No, he's illegally collecting tariffs from us, the American people.
But again, many of those tariffs haven't even gone into effect yet because the date on which they're going into effect hasn't started. They're paying the same tariffs they were before the new tariff rates were instituted.
Mm.
So I'm just
This
saying
is
this
what.
money
Well,
is
in the
coming. This
meantime,
money is coming from overseas, from China, from Vietnam, from Europe, from countries that wish to continue to have access to the largest consumer market on the planet. Trump is trying to leverage that while it lasts, so we can create our own manufacturing base here and don't have to be so reliant on imports from overseas.
Sounds good, but do you
well,
think
in
that's
the
going to happen?
meantime, Sarge, your gas is going up, your food prices
Yeah.
are going up.
Yeah.
He don't
Yeah.
have no health care. Our household electrical is going up. Everything is going up.
Okay, well, I mean, inflation is a
So, and
inflation
that's on the people, the masses of people.
Inflation
What
is
do
the
you
biggest
say
tax.
about the $20 billion that was sent to Argentina?
Okay,
Yeah, how about that?
I
saying
think
that
the priority should have
is
been.
other
I
monies
think
that
the
wound up being wasted. $500 billion, $1 million in Chicago alone for illegal aliens. That's just Chicago. $9 billion in California for illegal aliens. Billions more throughout the other 48 states. No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think I know where this money is coming from going, and it isn't Donald Trump sending money to Argentina. Whether you agree with that or not.
Wow.
I don't agree.
Let me say something about it, because I heard what Tyrone said about Epstein, and man, I'm about to blow him out the water right now, because I tell you, God, he just made shit up, and he's deluded.
Wow.
And I'm going to tell you why, because it's simple. Now, I look at this thing like a police officer. I look at what is evidentiary value that will stand up in court under cross-examination. And we got an email that deals with, clearly we know who the victim is. It's Virginia Giuffre. Virginia Giuffre committed allegedly suicide under mysterious circumstances. But you got to remember, she is the woman.
Can I speak when you get
She is the woman who brought down Epstein more than any other single woman. She is the woman who sued Prince Andrew and got him in trouble. She is the woman who's responsible for a great deal of this focus on the evidence against Epstein. She is probably the single most individual, other than Ghislaine Maxwell, most responsible for what we know about Epstein. Now, in 2016, Virginia Giuffre, but wait a minute, hold on now. Virginia Giuffre was deposed in 2016 under oath in a deposition. So let's not pretend like we don't know what she said. And here's what she said under oath in the thing, because I'm looking at the transcript. I pulled up the transcript, and I got it. And she said, she was questioned. All right, question. What's inaccurate about the last statement on the page? Giuffre, quote, Donald Trump was also a good friend of Jeffrey's. That part is true. He didn't partake of any sex with any of us, but he flirted with me. Now, it's true that he didn't partake in any sex with us, but it's not true that he flirted with me. Donald Trump never flirted with me. Giuffre. Then the next sentence is, he'd laugh and tell Jeffrey, you got the life. I never said that to her. When you say he didn't partake in any sex with any of us, who is us? Giuffre, girls, just question. How do you know who Donald Trump had sex with? Giuffre, oh, I didn't physically see him have sex with any of the girls, so I can't say who he had sex with in his whole life or not, but I just know it wasn't with me when I was with other girls. Question, who were the other girls that you were with in Donald Trump's presence? Giuffre, none. There, I worked for Donald Trump, and I met him probably a few times. Question, when have you met him? Giuffre, at Mar-a-Lago. My dad and him, I wouldn't say they were friends. But we don't want to hear all this. They would talk all the time. Well, not all the time, but when they saw each other. Now, there's more. There's more. I can tell you don't want to hear this because it doesn't comport with your narrative. But I'm going to say this much. I'm going to tell you this much. Hurry up, man. If you're going to tell me a cryptic email that doesn't really reveal much, cryptic email convicts Donald Trump of pedophilia illegally, and her deposition means nothing, I say to you, you're deluded. Now you finish.
All right. So go ahead.
I'm not even going to stick it out with that moron here. I'm getting the hell out of here. I don't want to lose any IQ points.
the people on the street.
Well, listen, that's not fair. You just ran your mouth. Other people
I
got
know
to
it's
talk.
not fair, but she's not going to say anything unless I'm a liar. She's not going to contribute anything, and you know it.
Hold on. Hold on, because you are lying. You definitely lying. So let
And you
me
notice
talk.
she started screaming and stopped me before I even got a chance to finish. And you let her do it. You didn't tell her to shut up. You'd have muted me if I'd have done that in a heartbeat.
I just let you listen. You just had the floor for 30
I know what you let me
goddamn
do.
minutes.
You let me go as long as anybody. That fool started talking because I got to cut it short because this imbecile is talking over me, and you're going to let her do it.
Can she
something constructive to say that requires some thought. She just blurts out stream of consciousness.
Sorry, we just let you talk. So let me talk.
No, you didn't let me finish. That fool went and interrupted me, so I stopped myself.
The Epstein and Trump. Now, Trump said he stole his girls. That came out of his mouth. Then it come out of who that woman he was reading about or what she said. They wasn't nothing. But who put Epstein in jail? His party put Epstein in jail. Biden put him in jail. He did. So I don't know why they're getting all upset with the Democrats. And I think they said they closed the House back down again today because they don't want to make a vote on looking at the files. If I'm not wrong. And then again, I want to thank Sister Ottawa for being a friend to Antoinette to let us know and speak to her daughter. She sounds just like her.
Mm-hmm.
And when we get up through the night, people be up talking, they have problems with things happening in their family. And that's the way that they find they can keep themselves calm and get rid of some of the things they have within them having talks. I talked to Antoinette on Blog Talk. I talked to her on Perry Steele show. And I talked to her on Tyrone show. But there's some things that need to be discussed about what we heard the other night because it was confusing. Because I don't tell lies, because a lie will stand, a lie will travel, and the truth will stand alone. But I'm glad that she gave us the opportunity to hear her daughter speak so we can know where to send the cash out to.
Right.
So I'm going to leave it at that for the moment. And then those that got to be worried about what they used to say to her, out of place and disrespect, that's going to be on you. Because you couldn't have a nice conversation with her, or you had one call, do different things, that's going to be on the people that did it. But the ones that were nice to her and did the things that should have been done in respecting an elder person, it's not going to bother them. But she was friends with Sister Ottawa, which was a good thing.
Right.
So that's how it goes. So with that, I'm going to close the door and let y'all have at it. Y'all have a go. But tell Sarge they didn't want to vote on it today, so they closed the house down, and it's closed again. The government not closed, but the house is. They said they went home for the again. If the doors, the lights are turned off.
That is crazy.
And all this stuff we're looking at was brought by his administration because they put that man in jail. And they put that woman in jail, and he want to sit here and read us a whole chapter about something that makes no sense.
For Christ's sake, you know how you people ramble on with nothing, and I'm giving you straight evidence from the facts and the transcript. Hey, can I finish now? Can I finish now, Tyrone, without this dummy interrupting me?
Okay.
Can I finish yes or no? Do I get to finish yes or no? If you don't want me to finish, I'll get the fuck out of here.
Something that make no sense. You can scream behind because when you hear the dog, he'll scream.
Can I finish yes or no? You tell this dummy to shut up so I can hear your answer?
Well, we don't have no dummies. We don't have no dummies on here. So
he's an idiot. That moron is babbling.
That bothers me. I'm going to say it again.
That's what I'm talking about.
The truth will stand. A lie will
babbling moron. Would you tell him to shut up so I can hear you either assent or deny me?
A simple question, Sarge. Who put that man in jail?
For Christ's sake, will you step Department of Justice? Now shut up, let me
Hold on.
Under what party? Who was president?
The Department of Justice.
Who was president when they put him in jail?
Jesus. They put him in jail.
Is it going to hurt you to say it? Who was president when he was put in jail?
I'm not looking for your answer. No more questions from you. I don't want to answer for Tyrone.
It'll help your brain.
I don't want to talk to you anymore right now.
I know you don't.
Okay, what about it, Tyrone? Can I finish what I was going to do before she interrupted me?
You can we don't want to hear him.
Shut up, then.
You can finish, but let me see who this caller line I just opened.
What? We tell her to shut up.
Okay, I'm not doing that. But whose line is this? I just opened somebody's line. Who is that? All right, Sarge, you can go ahead.
All right. Hey, what's going on?
Wait a minute, hold on. There go Jay. How you doing, Jay?
Yeah, what's going on?
All right, so again, you seem to think it's pertinent to just speculate endlessly about, but the actual evidence of a person making a statement under oath is irrelevant, and you're just reading something that doesn't mean anything. Well, let me tell you what else came from more evidence and depositions. Now, there was another email that Epstein released back in 2019. He spun a different story about Trump. He said Epstein was never asked to resign because he was not a member, and that this is a quote from it. Of course Trump, knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine to stop, unquote. But that's false. Epstein was a member of Mar-a-Lago. They got him in the membership list. It was part of the inquiry and the information released in the depositions. And we know from Trump's own statements and from reporting from hate Trump reporters, one of them was a guy who wrote a book called The Grifters Club, Trump, Mar-a-Lago, and the Selling of the Presidency. Trump banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago after Epstein was hitting on a teenage daughter of a club member and is asking Ghislaine to stop. It's public knowledge that Epstein and Maxwell were recruiting small workers from Mar-a-Lago. Trump discussed that issue in 2019, and that was part of the dispute between Trump and Epstein. There is no allegation that Trump or anyone else in Mar-a-Lago knew of Epstein's true motives. Now, if you're going to try to tell me this cryptic email, these two cryptic emails, convict Donald Trump of pedophilia, I say you are living in a world of illegal delusion.
You're right.
All right, so hold on for a minute, Sarge. You're going to have to pause with all your lies and let Jay go, because you ain't doing a line right now.
So first and foremost.
Well, now, so I'm a liar now. Everything I said was right. Even reading the transcript, was that a lie too?
Let Jay go.
Was that a lie too, Tyrone?
Okay, let Jay go. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, you just can't help yourself. So first and foremost, my condolences, cuz, and to the daughter of Antoinette. You know, that shit. What Anthony said. You know, I felt that in my gut. You know, when I heard that, it's sad. It's not a happy moment. I didn't know her in person, but I did know her online for about 10 years. You know, every time was speaking with her was pleasant. She was a pleasant person. She was a mother figure here. I know she's a mother and a grandmother, but also aside from that, she probably didn't know or she knew that she was like grandmothers to people online that she didn't even know. And, you know, she brought a good spirit. You know, I looked at her, like I said, like a grandmother figure. You know, I didn't have too many, really no disputes with her. Didn't agree with everything, but that's like with anybody. But, you know, I just have a clear conscience that, you know, we you know, I never disrespected her. We never disrespected each other. And again, you know, it was always pleasant speaking with her. So I'll leave it in that. And, you know, it's just a sad day, like I said.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, and moving forward, Sarge, all right, let's get down to dirty business. All right, Sarge, if you really, because I don't want to keep talking about Antoinette, and it just brings it to a down moment. It's not a happy moment. So it's not forgetting about her, but it's bringing in the spirit of like she was here.
Right.
Okay. So, Sarge, first of all, Donald Trump said he kicked them out, and he also said publicly that he was trying to steal his girls, and he told him not to do it.
Oh, God, that convicts him.
No, Sarge, he said that.
Whatever.
Audio. He said that on audio and video. There's video. If you look good enough, you find it's not no
think he's a pimp, then this proves he's a pimp. Okay, believe that then. I don't.
No,
Well,
so
I mean,
so
he
so Jay,
said it.
Jay,
The
wait a minute,
president said that.
wait a minute, Jay, I want you to finish, but I want to emphasize to the people what Jay is saying. Jay is saying that Donald Trump said that he kicked Jeffrey Epstein out, and
Of the
then
club.
out of the club before, but on the airplane, Donald Trump said that he stole the girl after the date that he said that he kicked Jeffrey Epstein out. So the times don't match. In other words, Trump is a liar, and Sarge is a liar also. And
Okay.
but go ahead,
Yeah.
Jay.
All right. Okay.
Hold on.
How about an email between Epstein and
Well,
Michael Wolff? You didn't talk
let
about that,
Jay.
did you? The emails between Epstein and Michael Wolff, a journalist who wrote the book, The Grifters Club, Trump, Mar-a-Lago, and the Selling of the Presidency. He wrote this book, and by the way, I read that book, and it's an anti-Trump book. And here's what the email says: where Wolf.
Well, I want
Wait a
Jay
minute.
to finish with what he's saying.
Hold on now. Where Wolf tips Epstein off to CNN's planned questions to Trump about Epstein. When asked by Epstein what Trump's answer should be, Wolf suggests this to him in the email: I think you should let him hang himself. Wolf goes on to explain how Epstein could potentially blackmail Trump, depending upon what Trump says. And I'm looking at the email right now, which is part of the evidence, and it says, I think you should let him hang himself. If he says he hadn't been on a plane or to the House, then that gives you a valuable PR and political currency. You can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you, or if it looks like he really could win, you could save him generating a debt. Of course, it is possible that when asked, he'll say Jeffrey is a great guy and has gotten a raw deal and is a victim of political correctness, which is to be outlawed in a Trump regime. And then Jeffrey writes back to him, if you were able to craft an answer for him, what do you think it should be? And then Michael Wolff responds, I hear CNN planning to ask Trump tonight about his relationship with you, either on air or in scrum afterwards. This is all made up, just like peeing on the bed, just like the goddamn crossfire hurricane, just like all these other things they fabricated against Trump, because even though he may have done something wrong, none of this evidence proves that he has. Not a bit of it.
Okay, so hold on, but Jay, let me say this right here. Sergeant, I got you on mute for a second, so I can share with the people. All of these emails, a part of them anyway, was way before Donald Trump was the president. Some of them was during his first presidency. So when Sarge is saying that it's made up to attack him, they're not made up to attack him because we're listening to conduct that happened before he ran to be president. We're looking at emails of his conduct with children at Mar-a-Lago and at Epstein's place with children before he was president. So it's not made up. It ain't like that they knew he was going to be president and then they did all this stuff. No, he did all this stuff and became president. And now this stuff is hanging on him like a weight. So go ahead, Jay.
I got something for that too.
Well, Sarge, again, what he said, I'm not talking about no transcripts. I'm talking about an audio or video that you could see him saying it. All right, that's number one. Number two, I believe that there's more people that's not say deeper than Trump, but there's more people on there that he's probably don't want. You know, he's protecting. You know, billionaires, millionaires, whatever, people that he knows that got some info. They got info on there. So, I mean, I think it's beyond him. Even if they don't find nothing on him, he was there. He's been there. You know, there's video of him. You know how when he was young. Critiquing women. Right on there, or young girls, who knows what was going on right then and there. But again, the guy has a history. His friend, he's acting like he don't know nothing, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen. And it was crazy. This is what I thought was how he was trying to get that Republican to not sign off on it, and Boebert, right? Because he was, I don't know what was the whole thing of him trying to hold back that to get released when he said it was going to get released, and then he's playing games with it. It's just a big mess, and it looks very suspicious. That's all. It makes it look very suspicious. If you believe the transcripts or not, there's a lot of video and audio evidence of at least them, talking crazy, like street talk, or people that's young guys talking like if they talking about prostitutes or hookers or whatever. So I'm just saying that audio and video exists. It was back then, them talking, and they caught the audio, and then Donald Trump on the video and audio spoke what he said. So I mean, you could dispute it. You could say it's AI. I don't know. Make up something. Make up something.
I have evidence. I'm not going to make up things. I'm like a lot of folks. I will not make things up. And it should be noted that Wolf in his email did not mention scandalous ties between Epstein and Trump that he could use for leverage. Instead, he referenced Trump and Epstein's connection by way of a home or plane that predated any disclosure of Epstein's crimes. He was planning guilt by association, not guilt from any of Trump's conduct. Add to that fact that Wolf is assisting Epstein with public relations advice against Trump. That's a real upstanding member of the media. This guy's a well-known journalist. And this is not a Trump scandal. It's a Democrat scandal. Virginia Giuffre was a victim of Epstein and Maxwell. She cleared Trump of all wrongdoing under penalty of perjury. And in April of 2025, she committed suicide. Now, she's not here anymore to defend the statement. But Democrats are now saying that she lied under oath.
All right, so if that's the case, all I'm saying is that, okay, if you say, well, Trump is not guilty, just
I didn't say he's not guilty. I said this doesn't prove guilty. He might have done something. Hell do I know? This doesn't prove that he did.
Wait a minute. They got to let out all the evidence. That's what I'm saying. Let them
let all
the
evidence. Wait for it to come out.
All right, so don't say that he's not guilty, that he ain't guilty of anything. I'm saying
I didn't say he was. How do I know whether he's guilty or not?
Let the chips fall where they fall.
That's what I say. Stop making things up,
then. Listen. Why they won't release the file, Sarge?
Donald Trump was an FBI informant. We know that now. He snitched on people. I have no doubt that he doesn't want that to get out who he snitched on. He's probably trying to protect somebody else, not himself. I don't think he's guilty. He may be trying to cover up for somebody else, though. That's possible. But that's speculation. I don't know. Like I said, I'm willing to wait until there is convincing evidence that he is guilty of something. I haven't seen it yet. I think you and everybody else should wait until that happens.
One last question.
So I want to be clear. I want to be clear with my answer. I asked you why they won't release the file, and you said Donald Trump was an FBI informant. Is that your reason?
That may be a reason. I don't know. I don't have any privy to
Okay. I'm talking to you. We're having a conversation. Maybe that's a reason, right? So, do you have another reason for them not wanting to release the file?
No. You
that's the only one. Donald Trump
was.
So Donald Trump was the FBI informant. Okay, listen, guys. They didn't release the FBI. The Donald Trump administration is in charge. They have the presidency. They have the House. They have the Senate, and they have the Supreme Court. They're in charge, and the public is asking for the release of the Jeffrey Epstein's file. Donald Trump administration is refusing to release the file. Evidence that they're refusing to release the file because they just swore in the Arkansas Congress member after a manufactured shutdown of the government, after he sent the House home in order to not release the file. And then when this lady got sworn in, either today or yesterday, they closed the House immediately again, so they wouldn't have a vote on releasing the goddamn files. There is no reason for the House to be closed right now. They opened the fucking government, and they had this session in the House. They swore the lady in. The 218th vote to release the Jeffrey Epstein file. They swore her in. She signed the damn paperwork, and then they closed the House again. So, Sarge, why are they not releasing the files?
I don't know. You got to ask Speaker Johnson about that. I'm not privy to what Congress does for whatever reason. You're free to speculate all you want. I'm not going to do it. All I know is that they did. And by the way, they don't swear congressmen in during periods of continuing resolutions. They only regular session of Congress. And by the way, I put a link to the Virginia Gouffre transcript in the chat room. You can go there and read it for your goddamn self. It's right there.
Okay, so
go in there, click on it, and read it for yourself.
Let me speak on Virginia Gouffre, and I got your phone muted because you like to cut me off. Virginia Gouffre was a child victim of sex trafficking. She was a victim of sex trafficking by Donald Trump, allegedly, and Jeffrey Epstein, and Prince Andrews, and other grown-ass men. Now, the remedy for Prince Andrew is kind of funny how the remedy for Prince Andrew is they took his princehood and they kicked him out of the royal family, and they're causing him to live away from the royals because he is guilty of sleeping with a child on Jeffrey Epstein's island. And he is being punished, not enough, but he is being punished by the royal family for doing so. He is Donald Trump's friend. Donald Trump wished Andrew well, even though he was guilty of all of this sex trafficking and child molesting and all this kind of stuff. So if Andrew and Donald Trump is friends, and they found him guilty across the pond, why the fuck would we believe that somehow or another Donald Trump is innocent? That just don't make no goddamn sense. But go ahead, Elisa.
You literally just did it.
Hold on, Sarge. Go ahead, Elisa.
You literally just made a guilt by association. And you don't even realize you did it, do you? He was his friend, so therefore he's guilty. I can't believe you sometimes.
Sorry, let me ask you something, brother. Oh, well, go ahead, Elisa. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Ask him. Go ahead.
Sorry, I mean, if you hung out with a gang of bank robbers, Sarge, and they robbed the bank, would you be guilty?
No, not unless they showed I conspired or participated in a bank robbery. What the fuck are you talking about? I wouldn't be guilty unless they can prove that.
And somebody gets murdered.
Well, the United States of America law tells us if Sarge is in that goddamn car that robbed the goddamn bank, Sarge is fucking guilty. This is why I don't understand how you wore a fucking badge. Yes, because he had a masseuse follower down in Mar-a-Lago with 16-year-old masseuse, he's guilty. Yes, because he's hung up with the world's most prominent fucking pedophile, he's guilty. Yes, because he let Ghislaine Maxwell, another pedophile, out of a high security prison to a low risk prison, he's guilty. Yes, he's fucking guilty because he's not trying to release the files, hide evidence, have his attorney general come out there and lie to the public about the Jeffrey Epstein involvement altogether. He's fucking guilty. There is no reason why you cannot associate guilt with Donald Trump with all of these connections, not just Prince Andrew, but all the rest of the pedophile connections that he has. So yes, he's fucking guilty, allegedly. But go ahead.
Deranged, guilt by association. You belong in a communist country some damn well. You out there need to be calling out people out there who are enemies of the state. That's exactly what you sound like.
Okay, go ahead, Lisa.
Try people that you don't like and want to be convicted of something and declare them to be an enemy of the state.
Okay.
But Tyrone, Sarge, you said that in the text messages, not text messages, the emails that was just released that because they redacted some victims' names, and you said we all know it's Dufresne. How do we know that? How do we know they're talking about it?
Because they said that she committed suicide. There's no other one in the news that's committed suicide.
No, I said in the email, I didn't hear anything about suicide.
No. The people who released the email said, they said that the Democrats said this is a victim. That's why they were careful to redact her name. They acted like we couldn't figure out and divine who the person they're speaking about is. That's why they redacted her name. She's dead. There's no reason to protect her now because she's dead. But they did it anyway because they did not want us to make this inquiry into her transcript where she cleared Donald Trump of any wrongdoing.
Okay.
Tyrone, can I say something?
Sarge, let him talk.
Okay, Sarge. you're
Yeah,
assuming
good question.
that
I answered. I didn't take that long.
Sorry, come on, man. Sorry, listen. I'm gonna have to mute you if you ain't
Man,
gonna let
that's
people
what I
talk,
got,
man.
man.
Let
I
her
take
talk.
less time than all the people out who just ramble all night long.
Okay, she ain't even said nothing.
what I was
Go
trying to
ahead, Lee.
say was he is assuming that those emails, the victim's names that they subtracted from, that it was Dufresne. We don't know that it was her. He's assuming so he can refer back to her to the transcripts of when she gave testimony. As we all know, and you can Google. There's a bad echo.
Yeah, I've been trying to fix that all night. I don't know what's going on with it.
As we all know, Jeffrey Epstein was like they said, they know of dozens and probably hundreds of girls. So we're just supposed to assume that the redacted name was Dufresne when it could have been any girl. It could have been. Let me finish. So it could be any girl. And for those who want to, we see you, take up for or try to make excuses for this, so you all can relate back to her testimony and everything that's on file. We don't know what victim that they're talking about because, as you just stated, if it was Dufresne, they could have went on ahead and put her name there because we already know about her. We don't know which victim, considering they said it probably was hundreds. We don't know who he's talking about. Epstein settled out of court with a lot. Okay, never mind. I can't. Go ahead.
Tyrone just got through telling us we know Trump is a pedophile because he hangs out with Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein. This is what this just told us. That we know Donald Trump is a pedophile because Prince Andrew and Epstein, and that he said he's taking away my girls. This is proof for Trump, for Tyrone, that he's a pedophile. Now, on the other hand, we have the Democrats saying that the woman Epstein is referring to in his email spent time alone with her, and she committed suicide. Okay? We know this because that's what the Democrats said, and they redacted her name. And now we've got a woman testifying under oath in her transcript. She was alone with Donald Trump and did nothing wrong with him, and she committed suicide. But we can't possibly divine who it is who likely made this they're referring to because we don't have enough information. But Tyrone has got more than enough information to convict Donald Trump of pedophilia based on the fact he was friends with Prince Andrew. Okay, whatever.
Sorry, would you hang out with pedophiles?
Are you serious? Are you trying to change the subject because you just got your ass kicked?
General question.
You know you got your ass kicked, now you got to change the subject.
I'm asking you, would you hang out with pedophiles?
I probably have and didn't know it.
I'm asking you, if you knew it, would you hang out with pedophiles?
It depends on why I'm hanging out with them.
I'm going to give you one more chance to answer this question, sir.
Do I believe that a sinner can repent and see?
I'm not asking.
Yes,
I'm not asking you.
I would
I'm
not
not
exclude
asking you.
almost anyone from my company if they were sincerely trying to repent.
I want y'all to listen to this question. Listen to this conversation
you
right now. Sorry, I'm not.
Stand by it. You're not gonna shame me or bullying me into changing my mind. Forget it.
Sir, I'm asking.
I'm a grown-up man. I know what I mean to say.
Sir, I'm asking you a simple question. If
I
you knew
said
it,
I would not automatically exclude anyone from my company because they were once a pedophile.
Wow.
If they were
I didn't ask you what it was.
I probably would.
Tyrone, here's the suicide thing.
You know that can be cured, right? That
listen,
can be
hold
cured.
on for a minute. Sorry, I'm
cured.
asking you one simple question. If you knew they was pedophiles, not if they repented, not if they changed their life, if they was currently pedophiles, Sarge, would you hang out with those individuals? Yes or no?
If they were currently a pedophile, no, they would not be my first choice of associates.
So you would not hang out with pedophiles. That's the answer to your
But you
question.
believe that Trump is, and that's not relevant to what I'm thinking. I don't believe he is. I do not believe Trump is a pedophile, especially based on the evidence
I didn't ask you none of that. You said no, you would not hang out with pedophiles. Jeffrey Epstein is a known pedophile. Elaine Maxwell is a known pedophile. He went to court while he was knowing Donald Trump, and they kind of gave him a slap on the wrist for being a fucking pedophile. Ghislaine Maxwell is a pedophile. Prince Andrew is a pedophile. Those people that flew on the plane with Epstein, all of those people are pedophiles. So why was Donald Trump knowing that they were pedophiles?
That makes him a pedophile too, right?
Okay.
Joe Biden was a little girl hair slipper. That makes him a pedophile, right? According to you.
Okay. Nobody is talking about Joe Biden, motherfucker. Go ahead, Elisa. I'm sorry.
So people are being a little loose
Hold on.
Being a little loose with the facts here. Where is it? I need you to read from the statement, not read because I don't like to put people on the spot like that. But where was it stated that the redacted victim's name committed suicide in the email? Now, because I hadn't heard that. And then I'm finding here it's saying, yes, it has been stated by the White House and some House Republicans that the victim whose name was redacted in the newly released emails, that it was Virginia Giuffre. That's what people are saying, that it was her, that she committed suicide. So I'm trying to find out where in the emails about the redacted name does it say. I didn't hear anything in the emails that, well, she committed suicide. It's we're being a little loose with the facts here.
Okay, so hold on, because it didn't. What happened was the name was redacted, and fucking Caroline Lying Levitt had a press conference.
Thank you.
And she, on the fucking podium, stood up there and told the press that we all know that the redacted name is Virginia Giuffre. Nobody told her that. Nobody said that.
Because it's not in the emails. It's not in the emails. That's what I'm saying. We're being a little loose with the facts here. That's why I said, how do we know it's Giuffre? How do we know it's her that they're talking about? He trafficked hundreds of girls.
Because Caroline Levitt said that. She does. She's the only one.
That's what I thought. And they said, and the White House and some other Republicans are saying that.
What that is the Democrats tried to protect the name of the victim, even though you
whoever it was.
You can assume whoever it was, but they didn't let their name out there. But Caroline Levitt, when she gave her press conference, this is how much they don't give a fuck about the victims because they're trying to protect Donald Trump. And the Caroline Levitt's talking point is the same thing.
But now you know it wasn't her.
Caroline Levitt's talking point is the same thing. It's the same thing that Sarge is saying about Virginia Giuffre said something good about Donald Trump. That's the reason that
there you
Caroline
go.
Levitt said.
That's why they put her out there. That's why they say it was her. And Tyrone, so they can refer back to her testimony.
Who it is then, or who it isn't?
You said
why don't we wait then?
You're the only one, the right is the only one calling her.
Because I can make reasonable inferences based on evidence.
Okay, there is no evidence that it was her. You're doing the same thing. There is no evidence that it was her.
I'll tell you what, I think we both ought to hold our fire if that's correct.
And how your statement that you made, Sarge, was leading people to believe that it was stated in the email that it was the victim.
You don't have to share my belief. I believe it was her. I don't know of any other one of these victims who's committed suicide.
In the email says saying about suicide. Am I right or wrong, Tyrone?
Maybe she was alive. Of course they wouldn't say anything about suicide.
Okay, never mind. Tyrone, you get what I'm saying,
There's
right?
nothing would say anything about it because the woman was still alive.
Yeah, Sarge is just I don't know.
I'm not going along with your narrative, and I never will until you give me some solid evidence, and you never do.
Donald Trump is a pedophile. I don't know what to tell you.
Sarge, do you hang out with people that are not of the same mindset as you?
Yes, I'm here, aren't I?
Oh, really?
That should be patently obvious, madam.
No, that's not necessarily true. I'm talking about people that you deal.
Yes, I do.
We don't go out. We don't party together. We don't eat dinner together.
Answer the question.
That's not.
Yes, I do. Because I like to debate people who do not agree with me. So that's the answer.
He didn't invite us over for dinner.
So you invite
I like
people
to
into
debate
your
people who
house.
do not agree with me.
Yeah, but you ain't invited us over for dinner. That's how you know where that line is.
You got the answer to my question. You asked the question, you got an answer.
Where's the last time you had a Democrat in your house?
When
you had a
you didn't
Democrat in
answer
your
the
house
question.
What? Now you want to know who I invite to my house.
No, I'm saying, when's the last time you had a Democrat over in your
house? You guys love the concept of reductio ad absurdum, don't you?
When's the last time you had a Democrat over in
you people just love it. You reduce everything to absurdity.
When's the last time you had a Democrat over your house?
What? That is utterly irrelevant that I had a Democrat. I had my daughter over there last week.
Right, probably not.
My daughter's a Democrat. She was here.
Yeah.
And her daughter is a Democrat.
Come on now. Don't act like this.
Please,
I know you almost 70. Sarge, wait a minute.
If it's not, or you need more elaboration?
No, because you are a grown-ass man. You're a grown-ass man. And you should... No, you'll be...
Is Trump a pedophile or not? Yes or no? What do you care about who I invite to my house?
I'm going to assume... I'm assuming...
I mean, you people are really ridiculous sometimes.
Sarge, I'm assuming because of your longevity that you have some discernment about the people who you deal with on a close relationship.
My answer wasn't sufficient.
That is, I know damn well you're not hanging out with everybody.
Are you telling me my answer is insufficient?
Right, that's why
I answered your question. Yes, I hang out with people who do not agree with me. It's good enough for you.
That's why I said a Democrat over your house. That was the point of what she was saying.
It's amazing to me what I'm hearing from you people. Reductio ad absurdum. Look it up.
Sarge, you're not hanging out. Are you hanging out with pedophiles?
See, once again, another question that's utterly irrelevant as to whether or not Trump is a pedophile. Another question. You just keep talking about me deflecting. This is the ultimate in deflection. Hey, are you a pedophile yourself? Do you hang out with pedophiles? What's the matter with you, Sarge? Why did you answer the question? I did.
I do not do any of that. I don't hang out with drug addicts.
All right, again, I'm not hanging out with Trump either. I'm not in Trump's inner circle. He's the president of the United States. I ain't hanging out with him whether he's a pedophile or not.
Well, why do you have so much passion about what this man does?
Because I hate to see people smeared with bullshit and political demagoguery. That's why. I hate it.
Well, let me ask you this. When you were in the police force, did you defend people that you knew were being railroaded? Did you have that much passion for them?
It wasn't my job to defend them. That's why they have a defense counsel. My job is to either arrest or determine that there's no probable cause or on-view evidence to arrest anybody. I'm not their defense counsel.
Sarge was there to arrest.
I wasn't their defense counsel. That's why they hire one or they have one appointed for them.
Wait a minute. When you took your oath, your oath said that you were going to do what?
Protect and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Wait, you are to
protect
serve
and defend
and
the Constitution of the United States and the state of Illinois.
Making arrests for
and
Illinois.
The people
That's what my oath said. That's the oath that I took.
Talk, man.
State versus
but not
that
to
person
the people.
you arrested.
No, it said the Constitution is for that is implicit in the oath.
Right, and the minute that you arrest
Now
that
you want me to
person,
add words to the oath now?
The minute you arrest that person for good or bad, right, guilty or not, he is now enemy of the state. The state versus that person.
No, he's innocent until presumed guilty, no matter what I have against him. You're the one that doesn't grasp the basics of our judicial system. I arrest the person. That person is innocent until they're convicted, no matter what I say.
Sarge, the state, what happens? The state.
Do you agree with me or disagree with what I just said?
But they still have. Well, do you consider when they locked up, going through their trial or to their thing as being innocent? Because
I'm not going to arrest somebody that don't have probable cause for arrest.
I'm saying if they have to go through that whole court system, let's say it's going to be multiple court dates.
What, you expect me to get him out of jail or something?
No.
What am I supposed to get him out of jail?
No. I'm not saying you personally. I'm just saying that you say.
What you sound like you realize the implications of the questions that you ask.
Sarge,
apparently you don't think them through when you ask these things.
Sarge, listen to what I'm saying and think about this. I'm asking you, is it a contradiction, is it a hypocrisy with this innocent until proven guilty when you're in the circumstance of being arrested and being detained in a county jail and going through your trial through the prison, not the prison system, through the jail system, county jail, locked up for the months, and then they find you innocent, right? You decide to go to trial, you go through the whole trial, and they find you innocent. Were you innocent until you proven guilty when they detain you and hold you in the county jail throughout the whole trial?
Yes.
So, wait a minute. How are you innocent if you being detained and you being held in jail? Because
there's probable cause to bind you over a trial to make a final determination if you're innocent under the existing law for which you were arrested.
Right, but that means you have to prove your innocence.
No, it doesn't. It means the prosecution has to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt to a jury.
Right, but you have to prove it.
No, it doesn't mean you have to prove it. The prosecution has to prove it.
Sarge,
you got everything backwards.
The prosecution is bringing charges on you, and you have to fight that. It's not like they say.
Yeah, you gotta fight him. What are you gonna do? Just let him roll over you? That's why you got the defense attorney.
What I'm saying is that if you're detained, right, and you fighting a case, and you're locked up in the county, you're not innocent because they have you and they're detaining. You have to fight for your innocence so that you could be released. What are you talking about?
Either you couldn't make bail or they wouldn't give a bail to you. That's why you're in jail.
Sarge, my point of what I'm saying is
my point is that's been from the beginning of the country. Take it up in the Constitution if you don't like it.
No bail. What if they give you no bail? Now what?
Well, then there's a reason they didn't give you bail. Maybe you skipped bail 5 times before on different charges.
Sarge, that doesn't
there is a reason why they don't give people bail when they're bail jumpers.
Sarge, that doesn't happen to anybody. Like, everybody doesn't get locked up and get put in.
Everybody who isn't a bail jumper will usually get bail unless it's especially heinous crime for which they are likely to flee the prosecution, and the prosecution has to make that motion at the bail hearing.
But hold on. So now you're saying it depends the crime that you're accused of.
And a likelihood of fleeing the jurisdiction to avoid prosecution. Yes, both have to be true.
Yeah, but if they feel that you just because of the crime is heinous or whatever, right, is on a big level, and you're not leaving they assuming because it's a big crime.
I gave you a 2-part test, sir, not just a 1 part.
Right, but what I'm saying is that they would hold you and say no bail because they saying, well, this person is accused of this crime and they're gonna run, which means that they're assuming that you're guilty. What are you talking about?
Assuming you don't want to stand trial. There's been innocent people who fled prosecution because they were sure they'd be convicted. So that's not true either. You guys got everything about the judicial system backwards.
How are you innocent when they holding you and you have to fight the case to prove your innocence?
Because I just said earlier, with circular argument, either you didn't make bail because you didn't have the amount of money to put up, or they wouldn't allow bail for the crime you committed based on the circumstances for denial of bail.
Right, which again, if it's a heinous crime that you're accused of and you have nothing to do with it and you still held up, that means that you're basically got to prove your innocence. That's
you do realize there's a little thing called discovery, don't you? Discovery, they have to disclose everything to the defense about what the crime you committed. And guess what that defense lawyer gets to do? He gets to make motions on your behalf, which even though you're sitting in jail, he can request, he can subpoena documents, he can send people to gather petitions, he can send people to do depositions and everything else. He can get expert witnesses, he can make pretrial motions like what happened in my case, pretrial that got charges against me dismissed. He can do any number of things, even though you're locked up in jail. That's why you have a defense counsel, and that's what they get to do even before the trial starts.
You doing all this to defend Donald Trump.
And again, the prosecution has to prove their case. You don't have to prove you're innocent.
What do you mean you don't got to prove you're innocent? You got to prove your innocence, because if you stay there not saying your defense, right, or what they're accusing you of, then it's basically is their word. Their word against your
there's
word.
a little thing called evidence, sir. Evidence is one of three types.
How many times
evidence is
they
either
have
direct,
evidence, but they make
circumstantial, or documentary.
Right,
That's all evidence is that.
And
they present evidence either direct or circumstantial that's sufficient to prove beyond a reasonable doubt in trial, under oath, under cross-examination, that you are in fact guilty.
Right. Enforced on people.
Because I hate to tell you this, man, most people who get arrested are guilty of the offense they're arrested for. I know you don't want to believe it, but it's true. That's why it's easy to convict them.
No,
you just don't want to believe it.
That's not true.
You just don't want to believe it. You think everybody who's arrested is a victim of the system, and they're all innocent as babes.
Sarge, I would say that is a 50-50 situation. That's
more than that. You better believe it is. Because most of them are recidivists.
Hold on.
Recidivists. They've been arrested a million times before.
But then when you go to different communities, then it also that varies, Sarge. How about
that? Okay, guys, y'all hold on for a second.
That's him going
shut up.
Ribbon.
Damn.
That varies in different communities. Go ahead.
Okay, shut up. Listen, who's this unknown call on the line?
Oh, it's me again. I had a question. What do you think about them having to release those illegals that the judge made them release because they arrested them without unlawfully?
Sarge is upset.
Well, I mean, Donald Trump is breaking the law. Every action that he takes, his administration have been breaking the law. So it don't surprise me if a judge made a decision that's causing him to go back and redo or undo some bullshit that he done did. The entire administration, that's all he's been doing is violating the Constitution and breaking laws.
Just doing.
I'm saying the ones that I said arrested unlawfully, so he had to let them out of jail because they didn't do it. They didn't read their rights or anything. They didn't have a warrant. They just arrested
That don't surprise me.
About people with deportation orders. That's what it's called, a deportation order from an immigration court judge.
We're not trying to go back through your lives that you use.
I know you don't want to go by the law. You're nuts. I can't talk to this fool. You didn't respond to what you say. They have deportation orders, dummy. They're from a federal court judge. They got due process.
They didn't get
due process when they are judged worthy of deportation by an immigration court judge. That's all they need to arrest them and detain them. They don't need anything else.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Sarge. So you said deportation orders. Which comes first, the deportation orders or the law?
The deportation order is issued in accordance with the law. What are you talking about?
No. If the deportation order is not given in accordance with the law, which one do you choose?
Wait a minute. If it's improperly issued, then yes, the person is then released.
Okay, well, there you go.
I'm not talking about an improperly issued deportation order.
It is improperly issued, you motherfucker. What is wrong with you?
That judge doesn't want immigration enforcement. He's going to be overturned like they all
If it wasn't improperly issued, the judge wouldn't have made that decision. That's what the judge is there for, to interpret the goddamn law. What the fuck is wrong with you?
The judge is going to be overturned. And you won't say anything about it when it happens.
For what reason? Why is it going to be overturned?
Because the judge is engaging in judicial activism. That is why.
We got to know what your whole conversation you had about your past.
I swear to God, you don't know.
It'll end up like the
Hey, you don't know.
judges.
Babble.
Sarge.
It's so funny.
He's doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, like Stonehouse Mirror. Go take a look.
Sarge, he's doing a lot of spontaneous shit that he doesn't. They'll tell him, listen, you can't do this, or they're not even saying you can't do it. But later on, they finding out, that he didn't do it properly. He wasn't supposed to do that. And
When has he ever lost a case in court that goes up to?
He did lose a lot of court. Come on,
no,
Sarge.
he hasn't. Now when it gets to the
we
final,
have to get a list of things, Sarge. There's things that got overturned. There's things that went in his favor. There's things that didn't go in his favor. Sarge, let's not play that game.
Wait a minute.
One that got overturned when he wanted to fire some more people while the government shut down. They couldn't do it.
Don't misunderstand me, Jay. There may be individuals who did not receive their due process, which does not mean substantive due process under Article 3 judge. Illegal aliens are not entitled to substantive due process under an Article 3 judge. If you are seen as an illegal alien, you get to go to the Article 2 immigration court. That is in federal law.
And also, when he pardoned Giuliani, Giuliani was on a state crime, not federal crime, so he cannot pardon him. And I don't know what fools think that he did something great when he pardoned him.
The Georgia case the Georgia Supreme Court dismissed the case against all of Bonnie Willis's RICO, which would include Giuliani, so that's out. They can't be charged under state law, and Trump dismissed the federal charges. So I wish you would acquaint yourself with what actually happened.
Under state law.
Dummy. Good night.
That's why he's a felon, because he was charged under state law.
Again, the Georgia Supreme Court dismissed Bonnie Wilson's entire fucking case. She dismissed the entire goddamn case.
Tell you something else about
fuck it, I'm through with this idiot. I can't stand it. I'm getting stupid to listen to this motherfucker. I'm through. I've had it.
And he's trying to get Netanyahu pardoned too. What is with all of this partner stuff with criminals? Could you explain that? That's right, Ron. Go to bed. Do you understand, Jay? Why is all of this stuff is going on?
They running.
Yeah, because he's illegal because I believe Portland actually had a judge to kick the National Guard out or issue some type of order saying that they can't deploy the damn National Guard. If it was legal, then Donald Trump would be able to put the National Guard in fucking Portland. All that shit Donald Trump is doing is illegal. And Sarge is a big fucking zombie idiot for believing down to pedophilia. Sarge, you know that makes you a goddamn pedophile? That makes you a pedophile goddamn supporter. This is some
mega
shit.
Too. He's mega and mega is arguing with each other. So
even some of MAGA is breaking away from this shit. You know, I'm not fucking got my arms open for them pieces of shit, but some of them are waking up to this pedophile shit.
And he over here trying to be the judge. It's just like those boots that boy was wearing that he had on sneakers, and it's just like the other thing. This is the fourth strikeout. I know it's gonna hurt him, but it's gonna be just like when Clinton said Monica he had nothing to do with her, and it came out when he said he had nothing to do with. What's the woman named Trump say he didn't know nothing about? And he had to pay all that money, and they went to court. So it's gonna come out.
Carroll.
No, the other one.
He's a liar. He's a fucking liar. That's all he is a fucking liar.
Oh, Stormy Daniels, her. He know nothing about her either. So eventually, we know it's something in the corner somewhere here, and they want to bring it out, and that's what's gonna get him. He's gonna be worse than
he was able to be extorted by a fucking porn star. That's what that was. That was extortion. And these motherfuckers voted for that weak-ass piece of shit.
So all of the stuff he had on all the people that are doing what he wanted to do, he gonna act like he don't know what happened. Just like he pardoned the man with the Bitcoin. He was in jail. He pardoned him, so he didn't know who he was.
Trump is a liar. That's all he is, a liar.
Eventually, it will come to an end, and I guess he'll be in the corner crying and screaming or whatever. Then the day is over.
And he's tearing his country up, and these motherfuckers don't even get it.
Well, Tyrone, you said that Donald Trump was friends. Did you say with Prince Andrew?
Yeah, Free was friends with Prince Andrew.
Yeah, that's why his brother threw him out. He said he didn't know him. He said he didn't know Prince Andrew. He said he didn't know him.
And because he's a liar.
I don't. Yeah, I know. I don't know him.
You don't know nobody.
So,
you don't even know
next week, as more of this stuff come out, Trump is going to say, "Who's Donald Trump? I don't know him." That's where we're headed because everybody, I don't know. He is. He's going to say, "Who's Donald Trump? I don't know who y'all talk. I don't know him. Oh, he did that. That's where we're headed because everybody, I don't know. And the fact, what's so funny is over in Britain, because I watch a lot of BBC and some of their people, some of their alternative media and different things like that on YouTube. But the BBC, whenever they say that all this mess that Andrew got himself in with American sex offender pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, and they always put up the picture with Prince Andrew standing up next to Trump, and they always, when they show the Epstein picture, it's always a picture of Epstein next to Trump. I said, well, look, that's how they get down. They show it. And sometimes I don't know Prince Andrew. I don't know him at all. And there's pictures with you and your wife and all them people with Prince Andrew. And for them to, and then for what you were talking about, I can think of the woman who was interviewing talking about Epstein trying to make to differentiate between prepubescent and children. That's what he was doing. And that video where they caught Andrew up in Epstein's townhouse, the house he got in New York, and when Andrew stuck his head out the door, and when people was just the paparazzi was sitting out there, they got the pictures, and Epstein walked out first, and the girl that was walking out with Epstein, she didn't look no more than 12 years old. She really didn't.
But
she looked no more than 12.
But the problem is the girl that committed suicide, her brother is. He said he don't care if it's a Republican or a Democrat or whoever it is. He wants his sister voice to be heard for what happened to her and all the other girls.
I know that's right.
That one, but it's the most still around. All of them not in America.
Yeah, a lot of them not in America, and a lot of them have not come forward.
And some of them tried to come forward, but they stopped them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what's so.
And he paid off a lot of them.
Yes.
A lot of them were paid off because just like they found all of these major these big banks and stuff over in Europe, over in Britain, a lot of that money was they were saying was being maneuvered and transferred about them banks to pay people.
There's the money laundering kind of stuff was going on. I don't know because we wait to see, and money laundering and everything else was going on within that too, that trafficking. So I don't know. We waiting to see. It's gonna be just like Monica in the dress. It's gonna be like them and the young children.
But he did say in the emails that if this wasn't brought up, Sarge, if you're listening, that Epstein did say. I guess Sarge would say he's lying about this. That Bill Clinton never went out to the island. And he's never met Al Gore and some other people. So he would say that's lies. He lying about Trump, but he's not lying about them.
Wait a minute. You said he said Bill Clinton never went to the island?
Had never been out to his island. And then when whoever that was, he was talking to, because they also that Bill Clinton he had never been out to his island. Now, I'm Bill Clinton probably, this is just my opinion, Google, that Bill Clinton probably was messing with the prostitutes and, not prostitutes, but, women who were selling their things and taking part of his services. But a lot of those crimes, like with the underage and stuff, went on at that island and in his house and stuff in Manhattan. And he said Bill Clinton had never been there. And then when the person
you're giving Bill Clinton way more credit than I would. I think Bill Clinton mentored them children. I think Bill Clinton is
I
a
don't.
creep.
I don't think the children. Well, see, this is it. Bill Clinton is a nasty, degenerate man, but he might have had sense enough not to mess with the underage. He might have. I'm gonna
I
give
don't
him
give
that.
him no credit.
He might have.
I don't give him no
He
credit.
might
I
have.
think that all of them,
And then when they
slick.
asked him about Al Gore, he said, "I never met Al Gore. I never met him." So I don't know.
All them people.
Well,
All
they
them
might have
people got
been,
problems.
but some men have sense enough if they're not to mess with the underage. Some men do have. That don't mean they're not nasty and degenerate, but some of them, because back when Bill Clinton was running with them, Bill Clinton he was already like the governor of was it Arkansas and different things like that. So he might have had sense enough because he used to run around all the time, all type of women. So and he got a son with his whole face out here. So, but he might, it's a small might, have sense enough not to mess with the underage.
But what
he
the king did to his brother, he took him out of the rich house and put him in the poor house. Just. So that should tell you something there.
It tells you a lot there. You want to know what it tells me? Her Majesty's Secret Service, which is their version of the CIA, they know more about this mess than they know. They know a lot, just like our CIA and different things like that know. And they in Parliament got on their ass and said, "Distance yourself from this," because a lot more rotten stuff is gonna come out.
Well, yes, it is. And then he done pissed some of them off too. And they are to get the evidence that they had. There's gonna be out there, but I say it's coming. So it's my way get ready.
It's coming.
And we
it's
don't
coming. I agree with you.
Who's this unknown caller? Who line got open?
I saw somebody posted in the chat. Hey, what's up? I saw somebody post in the chat that Trump dined Epstein out. Like, what did he expose about him? Is that known?
Trump what?
Say he dimed him out.
Who damned him out?
Oh, you mean to get him arrested?
No, I read something in the chat. Well, Sarge he said it as well. He said Trump snitched on Epstein. I heard a little bit of it. I didn't catch the context on it.
Trump snitched on Epstein.
I believe he did. I do.
Sarge said Trump was an agent. That's what he said.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's what he said.
But that's what Sarge said.
Yeah, that's a lie. Yes, Sarge said Trump was an FBI informant. That's a lie. There's no truth to none of that. That's bullshit.
I don't believe he was an informant, but I do believe that he helped to get Epstein caught up, thinking that he wouldn't get caught up. I do believe that. That he helped Epstein get caught up.
I believe, this is my conspiracy, I believe Trump ordered the damn murder of that man. That's just Tyrone saying that. I'm saying that. Ain't nobody else saying that. I believe Trump ordered the damn murder of Epstein.
Allegedly.
And that's because if you look at the emails from Epstein, he is very hostile toward Donald Trump. And he don't take no shit from Donald Trump. And he probably talked shit to Donald Trump's face. So Donald Trump probably looked at Epstein as a damn threat, in my opinion. So that's
what I'm. He said in the email that Trump was one of the worst, and coming from him was one of the. Said he doesn't have a good, honest. That he said that he will do anything. That's what Epstein said. That's how he described Donald Trump.
Epstein didn't take no shit from Donald Trump, and he's seen Donald Trump for who he was. I'm not supporting that pedophile, but I'm just telling you, if you challenge Donald Trump, you're gonna wind up in a goddamn coffin. That's the way.
Tyrone,
huh?
Isn't that where he met his woman?
Well, they said Epstein introduced him and his wife. And guess what, guys? I found Melania Trump. There's this TikTok video that has Melania Trump as a mail-ordered bride. And I think it was Melania 1607. If you Google Melania, let me do that now. Melania 1607, you can see a trace of Melania internet history where they deleted the page. Let me see, 1607.
Or TikTok.
Well, she was the internet.
But Putin put that stuff out.
Huh?
Putin put that out. He was well, at one time he was just putting pictures out every day on.
Yeah. Okay. So here it goes. It says the Wayback Machine captures Melania Trump deleted internet bio, and she was on this mail order bride site. That is crazy. That is crazy.
See, they were working girls. That's how they can. That's how they got over here. They were working girls. That's all they were. They were Melania and their group of girls, and then he got them that the visas. They were able to get them, but Trump and them helped get them what the people call the Einstein visa. But they were over here on, they call like models, but they were working girls. That's all Melania and them was working girls. They were working girls.
Yeah, and then this story said that they went back and they wiped that shit off the internet, from the Wayback Machine.
I believe it because they were working girls. They were bringing the girls over here for that.
A damn prostitute. They supporting a prostitute, a migrant, a fucking pedophile. The sergeant them is supporting some of the most nastiest, atrocious people that is represented by humanity. These people want to see people starve. They want to take food away from people. These people are fucking sick in the head.
You got to make your argument. Go back and read some of that. You got to go back.
But no, Tyrone, they were just like Michelle Obama. That didn't have no type of record like that, and Sarge hated her like a clown. But then this one that we now is the first lady.
Well, Sarge hated anything black. Sarge hated anything to deal with black. Michelle Obama was black. Sarge hates black people.
That's
a man and all this crazy stuff, and then he don't have no respect for her, but he got some respect for her.
Sarge hates his goddamn self because he's black. Sarge hates everybody on his phone because they're black. That's why Sarge be yelling all the time. He's in too close proximity to black.
That's not true.
Yeah, ADD got the same.
If you ask Sarge, do he eat black pepper? I guarantee you he gonna cuss your ass out because he don't like black pepper. He don't like anything black, Anthony.
I think that's true. He was on here. I asked him, what do he consider himself? He said Black American.
No, he says he's black. He don't have no problem with that. Mr. Solutions is the one that won't say he's black. But that's self-hate, Anthony. That's what you call self-hate. That's what you call
He cool people. Maybe because like the politics, they're not that personal to me. I get the things that happen could hurt me as well, but I don't take it personal. Like I don't take it to heart. So the things that he be talking about regarding politics, I don't hate him or dislike him like a lot of y'all do because of his talking points.
It's not about dislike. See, you got that wrong. It's not about dislike. It's the things that he talk about we dislike, not him.
Well,
she's right. I don't dislike Sarge. I like Sarge.
I believe you ones that you don't participate in politics. You don't side with a political party. And I think that when we asked you one time who you voted for, you wouldn't answer the question. So being that you're not really associated with civics in that manner, I can understand why you don't think that what Sarge is saying is bothersome, right? But if you see how important politics is, then it should worry you what Sarge is talking about, what ABC is talking about, what these right-wing black people are talking about, because it doesn't help you out as a black person in this country if you was familiar with politics like that. But I don't think you are.
I am a little bit, but I'm not. I'm not sitting around watching. I'm not sitting around watching Newsmax and just trying to gain talking points to talk about it.
What about talking
points? Watch this right here. What do you think about Donald Trump bulldozing the East Wing of the White House?
Don't think nothing about it, bro.
See, that's what I'm saying. It should bother you, but it don't. That really should bother you.
Can I ask you what do it bother you about when he went and desecrated the graveyard and took all of the black people out of it that fought for this country and stuff? Do you think that was right?
Wait a minute now. He did what?
You know when he took
Yeah, he
Colin
took
Powell's
the
name off and
monument.
all that he did.
Oh, he
And
took
they
monuments
removed
down.
them.
I thought you were talking about he dug up graves.
No,
Okay.
No, and
he took the plaques and all of
and,
that.
and
I remember
they
that.
just report
but
though. They just reported the other day that they removed one of the monuments.
She was misrepresenting it. You put key words in there, like it was a.
And what?
Well, you got to say monuments. You can't just put it the way Mays put it.
I didn't say monuments. I said plaques. Where those people had served and they had on the plaques what they did, name and everything else, and they took them
You
down.
said they were digging up bodies.
I didn't say nobody.
No, she didn't.
Hear me
I
say nobody.
misunderstood.
You sounding like Sarge now.
She used the word desecrated. Wait a minute. She used the word desecrated, and I just assumed it was grave digging. But you can use desecrated to describe a lot of things. It's a fucking adjective.
Yeah. You can go out there and tear the graveyard up and not even dig up a body up. I'm talking about the stones, the things that headstone explaining what they had did for this country. And when they took those down, and then they wanted to destroy all of the books and go to the HBCUs and destroy all of this stuff, the history that was done that was done by black people, they wanted to destroy all of it. So you think that was right, Anthony? That had nothing to do with light.
That wasn't right, man. That wasn't
That's
right.
what I'm trying to say. What did that got to do with light? Nothing. You don't have to dislike a person to not like what they're doing. Some people get it twisted. Because if you're breaking the law, that means if you're breaking the law, that don't mean I gotta like you because you're breaking the law. Dislike you, but you're breaking the law. I don't like that because you're doing it. So anytime a black person do something, like he fought about Trayvon Martin. He fought about the guy that was down in Georgia that had the sneakers on. He said he had on boots, and he had all of this stuff about anything black. They're never innocent with Sarge.
They removed, and I wanted to add because just recently they just reported on. I saw yesterday that the black soldiers removed from WW2 Memorial Fox Fury. What happened was they had a panel commemorating the efforts of African American soldiers fighting in Europe 80 years ago had been removed from the visitor center at American Cemetery in Margarton. The first detailed life of George H. Pruitt, the New Jersey. Well, they got a whole. They just Hexus and all them people just had all that. They just had that removed.
Yeah, and then they fired all of the and then they fired all of the black people with ranks. They're supposed to be nice, Anthony. They served this country and they knew what they were doing. Hacksack or whatever his name. They went and fired them. And here goes Sarge. They should have been fired. Didn't know what he was doing, and he was this and he was that. I'm like, what kind of man is this? And then he wanted to go
doing that. And Mays is right when she said it's a desecration. It is because those soldiers fought and they died. That's where their burial is, and they went and had it removed. That is desecration. That's what that is.
So their families, what do you think they felt like them going and doing that?
That's terrible.
Yes, that was terrible. But did you think Sarge had something to say about it? No, he didn't.
You go removing monuments and memorials from grave sites. That is what you're doing. That's a question of their graves. That's exactly what that is. She used the appropriate and correct words. That's what that is.
So if they did that, you agree with it, Anthony? So that's what the dislike that I don't like about what Sarge has to say and what he do. And liking him had nothing to do with what I don't like what he's saying. He always is defending, not the black man. He's always defending the Caucasian.
But he keeps forgetting. He don't like. I don't know if he don't like the new generation of the black community in the urban areas. I think he wants them to be he has a certain vision, and for what I'm getting from him. But also, what was his responsibility as when he grew up from the men of his time? Is he blaming the men of his time while whoever he's talking about that he don't like their behavior, that behavior is coming from somewhere? Are you saying that the people from the 50s, 60s, and 70s don't take no responsibility for it, or is it self-behavioral things? What is the issue that Sarge is, what is to blame in the behavior of certain people that he doesn't like, and he says there's criminal activity and this, that, the other, and all these crazy things that he puts on the table. And I just ask, if you hear Sarge, what about your generation? What about you? Where do you feel that you have all these people that you dislike that's in the new generation that's born from what we learned from your generation?
And furthermore,
exactly.
And then when it comes to Black Lives Matter, you're like, Black Lives Matter didn't do nothing to him. Well, he don't have nothing for, it's always Black Lives Matter caused the problem. Black Lives Matter shouldn't have did this. And I'm like, what's wrong with the man? Or either the fathers, no fathers in the house. And all this crazy
crap. Check this out. He's a boomer. And the boomers were treated worse than the generation now because they all grew up under Jim Crow. I wasn't alive during Jim Crow. So what's the excuse? They treated the boomers even worse. So if that generation was so much better and the pants was pulled up, so they treated them worse because they were in Jim Crow.
But I have one more thing to say that I was correct about for Sarge. He's waiting for a check, and you are too, Anthony. But you're not going to get one because the house is closed now. There's Trump saying he's going to give y'all some money. And that's what they're waiting for, and that's why they're just trying to hold on to. He's doing good.
Why are you hyper-focused?
Well, yeah, see, Donald Trump, not Donald Trump, but Cousin Sarge was having that conversation earlier.
Yes.
It made my fucking head do fucking flip-flop.
Out his mouth. He going to get it. We going to get it.
You heard that.
It made my head do flip-flop, but I didn't want to respond to that shit. That's some bullshit. They don't know what the hell they talking about.
I tried to give a little bit of pushback, but my mind went, I was like, I can't do this tonight because I'm still in a little ways about Miss Antoinette. And I tried to give them some pushback, but I just didn't have the energy. I gave a little bit, but I didn't have the energy, so I just let them go on with that. About the check and it was Sarge was lying about the tariffs and I just couldn't. I tried, but I just didn't have the energy, and there was nobody else on here to help give pushback, so I just let it go.
So because if he was doing something for this country, like I said today, the beef's going to be coming from the immigrant country.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody said that.
All right, my bad.
So with that, I told you he was waiting for that $2,000. And I was right. I was correct. I don't say right or wrong, but I was correct. And with that, y'all have a good evening. And so you can come back.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to go to Tyrone. Because y'all brought up that conversation about them tariffs and the check, and all my win is gone because I was just like, listen to what they're talking about. I gotta go tonight. I have to go. This was interesting. Rest in peace, Miss Antoinette. And Tyrone, I've had it for the night. I've had it.
Can I say one thing though while you're on here? Can I say one thing while you're on here?
Go ahead. So let him say it, Tyrone. Go ahead.
Can you end your show with a song in memory of Antoinette?
I don't know no song. I don't go to church. I don't know any religious songs. I don't know. The only thing I can say is you rest in peace, Miss Antoinette. You were a real writer. You're still with us. You will be remembered. And even though all the arguing, the fussing, and the this and that, I've never had any arguments or anything with her. But Miss Antoinette, you were a real one. You really were. You were a real one.
All right, guys. I appreciate it. Miss Lisa and everybody that called in. YouTube, if you're listening, y'all can call into the show. I'm getting ready to shut y'all down, and I'm getting ready to get out of here. Yeah, R.I.P. to Miss Antoinette. All right, I'm gone.
That's what that atheist should do to you.
Say what now?
Go ahead, bro.
Okay.